Live.
Hello,
Live.
everyone.
I like how you guys are doing things, but we're on the Welcome to Elyssia thing, so no one can see you.
Woo.
Nice.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to the second session of our Elyssia Dungeons and Dragons campaign. I am your dungeon master, Ethan, and I am joined by all my cool players and buddies. If y'all want to reintroduce yourself, streamer, go.
Oh God, hi.
Players and buddies.
Sorry.
If y'all want to reintroduce yourself.
There we go. Sorry, audio was on.
Too much pressure.
Streamer is
We're good. Hi. Sorry. We're good. Hi. I'm streamer man.
Okay.
That's it.
That's his introduction.
I am streamer.
Sorry, I was having some
Beautiful
issues.
Intro.
All right.
I was figuring things out. We're good.
Just
It's
go around.
okay.
Just go around the circle.
I don't care who. Just go.
I guess I'm next. Hey guys, I'm Eric. Ready to whoop it up as an unconscious Arthur
you're
here.
unconscious right now.
Yep.
Forgot about that. Like 3 hours or something.
All right, I'm original Matt, uncool Matt, / Darian Kips.
Original man.
We gotta get better at this.
You are. I think you are, Matt.
We gotta come up with an
just
order.
call us out. You just need to call us out every
Yeah,
time.
honestly.
I'll do that. I'll do that next time. We're still getting our stream. So Matt Allen, go. Nerdy, go.
I'm back in this piece for the ones and twos. It's your boy Matt, aka Nerdy, aka Prince Zafarin of the Empire of Whoosh Whoosh Whoosh, aka the Independent Variable.
And then Nick, go ahead.
And I'm Nick. I play Sentinel, the giant chicken, and then currently carrying our good pal Arthur on my back. You know, that's what I do. I carry the team on my back.
That's right.
Yeah, giant chicken.
Hey, it's not
Hey,
funny unless
hey.
somebody's unconscious at the end of it. So
That's true.
That's all right.
Yep. So
Put the
a couple
team on his
things. If you like what we do, give us a follow. It'll flag you every single time we're on. It'll also flag you when Brendan's streaming and doing some other video game stuff. You still doing Devil May Cry 4? I know you busted through the other ones really quick.
I'm actually starting it this time because it was
he's gonna start
crashing
Devil
and
May
didn't want to work, so I had to figure that out, and I figured it out.
Yeah.
The problem
There you go.
was
So
it wasn't on the C drive. I love
guess
it when
that'll
video
do it.
games do that.
Yep.
Stupid.
So he'll be starting Devil May Cry 4. If you really love
I'll
what
be
we
starting it,
do,
yeah.
subscribe, support the channel, support Brendan, support what we do.
Yeah.
We'll make everything better.
Yeah.
And unless anyone has anything else, I guess we will get started with today's session.
For the VODs people,
Yes.
you
All
exist.
the VODs people.
Yeah. Hi. Do all the normal YouTube things, below the subscribe and the bell and all that. I don't know.
Like and subscribe.
Because
yeah,
if
like
you
and
don't,
subscribe.
you gotta do that. Because otherwise, it won't tell
We're
you.
trying to get sponsored by Raid Shadow
I'm
Legends.
trying to get
so
Raid
make it
Shadow
happen.
Legends, trying to get Game Beyond, trying to get Sharpie. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
already repping the merch.
I want
trying to
Kentucky
get
Fried
Arby's.
Chicken, and I want Sentinel to wear a
Arby's.
big KFC
We want
shirt the entire
Arby's.
time.
That would be funny.
Because we have the meats.
We
Yeah.
do
Yes.
have the
That
meat.
would be great.
We have
we'll
the
do
meats.
we'll do an ad campaign that rivals the Nordverse
Yes.
of Critical Role.
Yes. I want all of it. We want all of the money from all of it. There's no business
Yes.
too shady.
That's all we're here
And Ron,
for.
give us that money.
We're just here for the money. We don't actually care about D&D. It's all the money. This is a joke. Don't take it seriously.
Yes.
Yes.
Take it 100% seriously.
Also,
TOS
too, I'm sure some of you will
Live.
notice some nice little differences. I have a legit setup now, so it doesn't look like I'm eating my webcam. So that's a positive from the first episode. And
overlay is a little updated.
Brendan Brendan updated the thing to add some names, so now you can tell
Character names
who's
You
who.
can see who we are right below our
Yeah.
little screens
Yeah.
now.
There, it's so much higher than I think
Nice.
it is. There's also a little there's a little border there now, but that's just because I fixed the sizing of it.
Beautiful. All right, and
That's
with
all.
that, I will do a recap, and we will get back into our adventure in Elyssia. So we found our party of Sentinel, the Guardian Fowl, Prince Zafarin, the Genasi Prince, Darby,
Hello.
Lydell, Arthur Wake, Rogue, and Darian Kips, Ranger, in Bridgetown, a connector city in the land of Elyssia, where East and West aren't necessarily cut from the same cloth, where the eastern side is quite poor, but the western side full of merchants is large and popular and prosperous. And the party kind of was hanging around on the docks, and they saw protests going on. Prince Safarin decided to go over and check to see what was going on, where he learned that, well, I should say, after addressing the crowd of people and letting them know that their plight as slaves was honorable, the party ended up learning that the merchants have been treating the working class incredibly badly, and the current kind of working class is trying to establish a head to communicate with the merchants and get better employment. That lady's name is Gertie Hookslinger, a dwarf who had just recently lost her father in a drowning accident after he fell off of his boat, and merchant ships just kind of sailed by him and let him drown. They went and communicated with Gertie and found out that Barry Silverhand, the mayor of Bridgetown, is the one that they're trying to talk to have these talks. And in 1 week, they will be meeting at a warehouse. Taking it upon themselves, the party crossed the bridge off to the west side where the merchants are, and ended up going to the mansion of Barry Silverhand to find out that he wasn't there. The guards would not let them in, but as they were leaving, a carriage left containing Dawn Silverhand, Barry's daughter. The party tailed the carriage back across the bridge to the eastern side, where they found it at a warehouse. Prince Safarin made a bit of a distraction, talked to some of the guards, tried to figure out what was going on, while the party peered into the warehouse and saw Dawn Silverhand paying what appeared to be beast folk that were bird-like, paying them a fair sum of money. After a brief conversation with Dawn Silverhand and getting a meeting with her, the party decided to address these bird people to figure out exactly what they were doing. And in their bird brain-like nature, revealed that they had been hired to assassinate someone. A battle ensued, which the party was victorious, but not without Arthur falling unconscious. And a few of the other party members, specifically Darian and Sentinel, taking a small amount of damage. From the bodies of one of the bird people, Darby was able to find a pouch containing 100 gold pieces, payment that Dawn Silverhand had given them. And finally, a letter, which upon opening the letter was able to read that the bird people were hired to kill a GS, or a GH, excuse me, which would stand for Gertie Hookslinger. Now the party with a unconscious Arthur plans to head to the Jagged Oar, a tavern, to take a quick rest and get back their HP. And with that, we will go ahead and jump in. Brendan, if you had the other song going, you can go ahead and shut that off because I am about to play Bardo.
Ooh. Oh, I gotta change the setting real quick.
Do I need to pause it real quick?
No,
That's your
good.
Bardo.
Good, all right.
I had show non-video participants enabled, and it needs to be turned off so Bardo doesn't mess with the cameras.
So continuing where we were, you guys are in the warehouse where you fought the bird beast people. Their corpses are still on the ground. Arthur is now strapped to Sentinel's large bird back. His unconscious body kind of just draped over, maybe his tongue hanging out the side of his mouth a little bit, just like, and you are in this warehouse right now.
Well,
All right, well, priority one's making sure we get Arthur. Well, he needs a few hours. So I think we stop by the tavern, then we obviously have to talk to Gertie.
Yeah.
what do we want to do
Agreed.
about the bodies?
That is a good question.
'Cause leaving these here is going to cause a lot of questions.
But also,
I-
the longer
quest-
we're here, if we
I
get
have a
caught
question.
hiding them.
Question. You were here in Sybil. You die all the time, no?
Yeah.
Well,
It
we
doesn't-
all generally die once.
Yeah.
Okay. So then they should be. That is not strange. No?
Well, you see, killing other people is generally not good.
No.
I see.
Granted,
I
they
can.
were the aggressors, but
For sure.
still, we're strangers in this town that is very obviously corrupt. So we definitely don't want to be associated to the death of these bird folk.
Well, if you say that, I will go with you.
What do I have on? No, I don't actually.
What do you have on you?
Dang.
All right. Do we?
Ooh.
So I had an idea.
Oh, wait. I have something.
Oh.
I have something I can do. Okay. Well, hold on 1 second. Give me 1 moment. I'm going to check on something.
It just pulls out his rule.
I am in anticipation right now for
I'm
what
very
this
much.
is.
Apparently, this is gonna be pretty good. So.
He's just levitating in his warehouse. He's reading a rule book, a player's handbook.
Yeah. I'm reading my own player's handbook.
Just Doctor Strange,
I think I can do this.
cross leg.
I'm not super excited about it. But we need a long rest, and we're not taking a long rest. Oh, not that says it. How long do you think we are going to be waiting for Arthur to regain consciousness?
He was going to be unconscious for about 3 hours from my dice roll.
So I don't know if he was,
Probably at least 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, a couple hours.
Well, yeah, I cannot. I cannot help you. Sorry. I thought I had an idea, but it was not going to work.
I hope this doesn't become a regular
My
thing. 'Cause
apologies.
you got my hopes up.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we just want to hide these
Unfortunately, why do
bodies,
not
or do
you ask-
we want to just leave?
To simply move the ground for them.
Well, hiding them is at least something. Question is, do we
Alright,
hide them
let's-
inside
let's-
barrels and crates, or do we just throw them in the back?
Well, we don't want them to get shipped to unwilling, buyers of these wares, and then they open it up and there's just a dead bird person inside.
It's a fun surprise.
Let's see. I mean, I imagine there's maybe like shelving units in this warehouse. I don't know, DM, if
There's a lot of boxes that are stacked on top of each other. Some shelves. Yeah, I'd say there's some shelves down on the first floor.
because we might be able to just kind of stash them underneath a shelf or something.
Yeah.
I mean, really all we need is time to get out of here, and I mean, enough time goes by, people aren't going to see us associated to this place by the time they find the bodies, and we should be good, right?
Well, so they had the letter. Obviously, we want to keep the official, but we could attempt to recreate it, leave it there so they at least so if people find the bodies, they'll maybe understand these weren't the most up and up.
Well, we got to think. The daughter of the mayor of this town hired these people to kill somebody who's standing up for this,
Correct.
poor people. The people who are in authority are essentially ruled by the mayor of this town.
Also correct.
If anything,
Merry
it's-
Christmas, everyone.
I was going to say Christmas music's playing right now.
Sorry, Merry Christmas,
I mean,
everyone.
hey, man.
Oh my gosh,
It
that
is
is
what
so
it is.
funny. I'm actually gonna swap. I'm gonna
Not
swap this
July
one.
yet.
That is so funny. I'm sorry, continue, guys.
Merry Christmas.
That's
Merry
the one
Christmas.
you want.
I love it.
That's fine.
Long story short, I don't think we want them to know that there's people out there that are helping out those that are in poverty. If anything, maybe we want to make it look like it was like a deal gone wrong or something. So I don't think we want to leave evidence that basically knows that, or shows that we know there's an assassination plot out there.
All right, I can get behind
Gotta
that.
be selective with our cards here. I'm sure you
Yeah.
can appreciate that.
Oh, definitely.
All right, I think we stash the bodies and go. Our boy
Oh.
Arthur needs some rest.
That's true. All right, let's just do it.
All right.
Stash the
Where would you
bodies.
like to stash the bodies, guys?
I'm thinking like if there's like a way we can fit them underneath like a bit of storage or maybe off into a corner. I don't know how well this warehouse didn't seem too well maintained. I'm looking for the dustiest corner.
Sure. So, kind of Darian, as you're giving yourself a quick look around, give me a perception check.
We are looking at a 15.
15. So as you kind of are looking around, you notice at the far easternmost corner, there's a large stack of boxes there. But how they've stacked up, there almost appears to be a kind of cubby between them, like they're not stacked flush to each other. There's like a hole or a gap where you could kind of forcibly cram these bodies through. I can't guarantee exactly how they'll look on the other side, but they will be hidden.
Yeah, that might be our best bet.
Good enough.
All right, I'm gonna start stowing and kind of saying sorry it came to this for each body that we throw in there.
Sure. So, Darian, are you the only one doing this, or is anyone else going to be assisting?
I'll help with it.
Okay. So Darby and Darian, you guys are kind of picking these bodies up and together, smashing them into this hole, and pushing, through these cracks until they kind of just pop out on the other side in this kind of tight crevice between these boxes. Eventually, you get the 4 bodies in there. They're kind of all mangled and stacked up on top of each other. With a low lighting in the warehouse from a certain distance, Sentinel and Prince Safarin, you both notice that you can't really tell there's anything there until they start to rot and stink. But the warehouse smells strongly of fish, so not sure when someone's going to notice that. So they are well hidden from what you can tell.
Oh, that's the most morally questionable thing I've done in quite a few years. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, well, you gotta do what you gotta do.
All right. Is the plan still to head to the Jagged Ore?
My question was, is Gertie's place on the way, or would we be hitting the Jagged Ore
I was gonna
first?
say we should bare minimum probably let her know sooner rather than later.
Yeah, so Gertie's place is technically not on the way. It's the Jagged Ore is right on the docks. So when you guys went from the warehouse, it's kind of like the warehouse is on one end of the eastern side. You have the bridge, the Jagged Ore, and then kind of buried within where all of like the shacks and buildings and homes are, that's where Gertie's shack is. So you would cross the Jagged Ore first, but it does not take long to walk around Bridgetown here. You could probably get there in 10, 15 minutes walking.
We could almost get a room.
Yeah,
Drop Arthur off
just
if anybody
dump
wants to
Arthur
stay with
and go
them.
talk to her real quick.
Yeah, because we'll
Let her
definitely want to
know.
let her know.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So the goal is to head to the Jagged Ore then.
Correct.
Yes.
Sounds about right.
Okay. So you guys begin making your way to the Jagged Ore, which, as I said, is on the docks. You know it's the Jagged Ore because the sign has a broken ore in the shape of an X. And under it hangs the initials J-O. And they're kind of worn and beaten from the winds and the weather and stuff like that. This place has been around for quite a long time. The building's in fair disrepair, like most on the eastern side of Bridgetown is. The door slightly hangs off its hinges a little bit ajar, kind of slanted slightly. Who would like to enter first?
I would. No.
Yes, Arthur will.
Let's throw the
Arthur will. I will bring him in.
I feel like.
Okay.
All right, yeah, Sentinel's going. I was about to say, I'm
So,
probably the most unalarming person, or that, or Darby.
Sentinel.
I mean, I'm only alarming in the fact that I'm a Dusk Elf.
So Sentinel, you enter the Jagged Ore
just-
first, followed by Prince Zafarin, and then Darian and Darby. So the bird and the blue man are once again, front and center, which is fantastic. So you arrive at a quaint little tavern that is low lit, smells very strongly of fish, unable to escape the outside scents that are wafting in. Behind the bar, a human man pours drinks for an incredibly rowdy table in the dining hall. This group of men, from what you can tell, gruff and belligerent, loudly yell and cheer. They seem to be drawn the ire of a beast person in his group sitting nearby, and clutched in one of their hands seems to be a small person.
Oh.
Oh, okay. That seems about normal to me.
That's normal to you.
That's
So here,
Strange.
to give kind of a lay of the land here of the inn, so you guys have entered. There is a bar counter, kind of the moment you step in, that you can see. To your left, there's like a half divider wall with a large opening, and you can see there are tables and chairs in there with people sitting and eating and drinking. At this point, it's roughly early afternoon, so 2-3 o'clock. So it's not super late in the day. Like I said, there's a human male behind the counter. He's a little older, shaggy black hair, thick black beard, probably in his mid 40s, early 50s. He's got a whole mess of mugs just on the bar counter. He's frantic filling them. And you can hear over from the table of very loud, belligerent human men, one of them yell out, "Argon, where is the ale? I want the ale. We don't have enough ale." And the kind of men all begin to like cheer loudly, "Bring us the ale! Bring us the ale!" And you can definitely tell the people around them are not super thrilled by this incredibly loud group of men that have decided to drink today.
This group of men, is there anything like distinguishing about them? Are they wearing any sort of like uniform, any kind of like clothing that would kind of specify what they do, or
No uniform specifically. Their outfits seem pretty ragtag, like they've taken different pieces of clothing and armor and have kind of outfitted themselves with them. They are armed. One of them has a pretty decent sized sword hanging, like kind of just set on the table. Headbands of different colors and sizes. Like I said, they don't have any rhyme or reason about them. You do notice one of the men who sits at the head of the table. He's a little larger, thicker beard, kind of a thick accent. And he's the one holding the small person in his hand. And he's kind of shaking it a little bit. And he's like, "Hey there, Pixie. You're going to give us some of that pixie dust now, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're going to give me some of that pixie dust. And I'm going to fly. I'm going to fly high."
Bunch of drunkards.
this pixie is obviously probably not comfortable with what's going on.
You can tell the pixie is in a bit of distress. It's a female, and she's kind of, as he's like shaking her around like this, you can kind of vaguely make out her being, "Let me go, let me go," as he shakes her, but it kind of has like a reverberated effect, as like the wind is whipping against her.
I'll walk up to that gentleman and, "Hey man, how do you know this pixie?"
Oi! Well, who'd you be and who'd be asking?
"Oh, my name's Darian Kipps. I
Oh.
just stumbled into this fine establishment. You guys seem to be the funnest bunch in here."
We
I was
are the
curious how you know
funnest
Pixie.
bunch in here. You said your name was Darian Kipps?
Yes, sir. That's what they call
Oh, my
me
name
anyway.
is Thrasher. These are my boys, coming here to the Jagged Hole for a good old drink or two. This little pixie here, she's going to be giving us a bit of her pixie dust, and we're going to use it to fly. Isn't that right, boys? And his other like group are like, "Yes, we will fly."
I'm going to walk over and be like, "Excuse me, I see you and your sons are here, as you had said, your boys together. Can't you not simply fly on your own?"
I'm sorry. You're a blue person. And you would be.
You have a hue of some sort of, not exactly sure. I have not been given the hue of your skin, but I'm going to assume by the way that you are speaking, it is some sort of pinkish thing.
Yeah, they're generally like whitish. Maybe a few tanner guys in there.
They're just white trash.
Just white guys.
Yeah, okay. That's fine.
But you are correct. I am in fact blue. But can you not simply fly on your own?
No. Can you?
Yes.
Well, I've done and seen everything in this here damn world. Now you have to understand here. What did you say your name was, Mr. Blue Man?
I did not say what my name was. But
What is your name?
Prince Zephyrin. It is
Oh,
so
Prince,
nice to meet you.
I see. Prince Safari. No, it's nice to meet you. Now, where we're from, I don't know where you're from. That's perfectly fine, I guess.
Mhm.
Us folk like me and my boys, not my sons, they're just my buddies. Let's not mistake that. I'm in my 30s. I'm not like super old. Did everyone hear that? I'm not old. Good. Now, this here pixie is going to use some of her pixie dust to make me and my buddies fly. Because I don't have wings. I don't cast spells. I'm not like that bloody freak right there. He points at you, Darby. Casting magic like a freak.
Oh,
But this pixie here, she gonna give me some magic. And the little pixie in his hand just kind of glares at him, and she goes, I told you 100 times, I'm not a pixie, I'm a fairy. I don't produce pixie dust. I've never produced pixie dust. That's what they keep telling you. But if you believe you're a pixie, you're gonna be a fucking pixie. Now give me some of that.
Now,
Dusty
Thrasher, where did you get this pixie? I'm curious.
Boss, he wandered on in here and started talking to us about needing something or whatever. And I told her, oh, my boys and I can help you out. Oh, Thrasher's always down to help a lady. But I'm gonna need a little bit of something from you. So, pixie dust.
I tell you what, Thrasher, I'm obviously an approachable guy here. We're hitting it off.
I would say
We're
so.
boys. I'm going to be one of your boys by the end of the night. Why don't you let me talk to the pixie? We'll figure this whole pixie dust thing out. Call it my treat. All right? All you got to do is owe me a nail.
Oh, you an ale. Now, actually, give me a persuasion on that.
Oh, man,
Ooh,
what
I got a
god.
20 on that bad boy. No modifier, just 20.
20. What do you think, Pixie? Are you gonna give him some of your pixie dust?
I'll look
I
at
am
the
not
pixie and
a
kinda go,
pixie. Please, pixie. I don't look like a pixie. I don't have wings like a pixie. I'm a fairy.
and be like, I'm gonna look at the pixie. I'm gonna go, oh, we'll figure this out. I'm gonna give her like a wink.
She'll kind of just look at you and just be like, "Just get me out of here, dude."
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Okay. Boys. What do you think about this? Do we give him the pixie? And the boys are kind of sitting around and they're like,
come on, boys, you know I got this.
I don't know. Do we give her the pixie? I don't know. Do we give her the pixie? And finally, Thrasher looks over and goes, all right, here's the pixie. He releases her. And she immediately has like these kind of cicada-like wings. And she immediately flies up kind of behind you, Darian, and just like looks at you. And she's like, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Now we just gotta get these guys so high that they think they're flying, but we can figure out the drug situation later. We gotta get our friend over here a room. So I'll tell Thrasher and the boys. Give me a few minutes. I'll be back. And,
All right, we'll be here
I'm
having another round of ales.
I am going to look around and wonder where the servants are, as these men have been waiting for a very long time for drinks.
Play the one poor guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
the
the
one guy.
poor bartender at this point actually, as you guys are finishing your conversation, begins running over with these ales and setting them down, and Thrasher and his boys are like, the ales are here.
This man and his children have been waiting a very long time for this.
You'll have to excuse me, I'm just one person here. He kind of the bartender kind of he kind of looks at you, Prince Safarin, and whispers, "This lot has been coming in the last few weeks, making a ruckus of the place, drinking me out of me ale, scaring off the other patrons and threatening to start fights. I was pretty sure they were going to kill the little miss there if she hadn't given up any of that pixie dust. Not that she'd produce. I mean, I have to take a fool to realize that it's a fairy and not a pixie." And you hear the fairy go, "That's right, I'm not a pixie. You want to know why I'm not a pixie? I don't have wings like a pixie. I don't produce dust like a pixie. I don't invite you out to dinner like a pixie, and then leave you at the restaurant, and then not send a message spell to let you know I'm not coming until the waitress comes by and says, 'Is your second coming?' And I have to say, 'No, I think I'm eating alone tonight.'"
Sounds.
Prince
Some
Safarin
baggage,
is gonna-
okay.
Yeah.
They just dumped it on us, alright.
Know that. And also
Cool.
is going to be really cool about this servant talking to me without being spoken to first about all of that. But
True.
I am going to pat it on the head and I'm going to say, I think it would be good if you would get the drinks to serve themselves.
You're doing this to the fairy?
No, to the guy.
Oh, to the bartender.
He was talking to me earlier.
Yeah, he was. Okay, I just wanted to know. Okay. Sir, I'm the owner of this establishment. My wait staff has decided to go and work most of the fishing lines today. the catch has been good, so they won't be back till later. And this lot came in.
Well, you said they've been
my
coming in
apologies.
causing fights.
Yeah, causing
Have they
trouble?
lost a fight yet?
Not particularly. Most people just shy away. Generally, my customers are the working class, the working folk, not much fighters, a few burly folk, but they don't have weapons like those. I might have hoped that Thrasher would have been thrashed once in a while, but he's proven to be difficult.
No.
Okay.
I don't know about you,
The-
Darren.
the-
That sounds like a very difficult situation to have as a business owner. However,
It is.
we have plenty of other things to do today. So I would suggest that you have the drinks serve themselves so you would not have to do so much of the work.
Have the drinks serve themselves. I cannot
Yes.
do that. I cannot cast magic.
Do not they simply go to the person who ordered them?
No. Where's this man from? He's gonna look at you, Darby.
Let's just say he's out of this world.
I guess. And you bring a giant bird into my establishment. The riffraff that come in here are getting more and more rafty. Well,
He's a good bird.
I can't say we don't intend
Okay.
to cause trouble, but I have a feeling we won't be as much trouble as them.
oh, good. Okay, well, I'm going to get the rest of the drinks for Thrasher's table. Thank you for stepping in for them, little miss. And he kind of begins hobbling his way. He's kind of got a bit of a limp back to the counter to get the rest of the drinks. And the little fairy just lets out a large sigh and she kind of tugs on your shirt, Darian, and she's like, maybe we should step away from the table that's trying to shake dust out of me.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the idea. We have an unconscious guy here. I'm gonna point to Arthur on the back of Sentinel. And,
Yes, I
we just
see that
put him in a
now.
room. We're gonna handle Thrasher and the boys later, but we have some urgent business to attend to.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you work here?
No, I don't work here at all. Oh, my name's Aster. I'm a fairy, but I think we've established that already. It's nice to
Yes.
meet you guys. I'm so thankful. And she kind of begins she grabs one of your hands, Darian, and begins to shake it a little bit. I'm so thankful for that. I just came in here seeking a little bit of help, and those guys just started talking about me giving them pixie dust, and I told them 100 times I'm not a pixie, and it was in that situation. So you are literal lifesavers. I'll have to buy you a drink later. How's that sound?
Sounds like a good deal. Maybe we can help you out with your
Ac-
business, but we have some
And
urgent
actually,
matters.
if you go to roll 20 real quick, I have shown an image of what
Hey.
Aster looks like.
I will.
She is a little blue-haired fairy in a black dress with cicada wings.
Oh.
So,
There she is.
Brendan, I don't know if the stream can see that,
Oh,
but if
she
you want to
can- they can.
display it for the stream,
She's right there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You can
So that-
imagine if you
Yeah, you
can't
can
see it.
imagine her if you can't see it. It's
Imagination.
on the screen, so I mean, I don't know if you're using it as a podcast, and I can't help you with that.
No, she has blue hair and a black dress.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
pretty much.
So,
You did it.
as the business focused guy that I am right now, as the owner walks away, I want to shout after him, "How much for a room?"
Oh, how many?
Just the one for now. What'd you say?
Never mind. I can't say anything. I'm out.
The rooms are rented for a day, for the night. It would be 1 silver a person.
Does he
Wanna
not
take them
just
now?
need a room for himself? Correct?
I don't have many rooms. I have 4, 2 of which are occupied.
Well,
I guess we'll just take the other two.
I guess we're taking the other two.
Okay. That would be a silver for your friend, and if you plan to use it yourself, each is outfitted with 2 beds. It will be a silver for each of you as well.
Hold on a second. And I'm going to take out a gold piece, and I'm going to be like, I have come to realize that you people here on Simple love to give these things to each other. And I see that the people are very, very interested in these ones in particular. What if I gave you one of these instead of two of the other ones?
Well, it would net you the room for at least another night. Probably, I'll make it 2 nights. So you'll have it tonight, the next night, and the night after if you need it. How's that sound, sir?
Oh, that is very, 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 very generous of you. Here you go.
Very generous of you. And he takes the coin as you drop it, and he's like, I haven't been paid a gold for one of my rooms since the place actually looked nice. He kind of hobbles his way over to where his like money pouch is and throws it in there behind the counter.
I'm just gonna look at Darby and then look back to the barkeep and be like, we'll be back for some ale later. Hopefully that covers a little bit of it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what we can do about those guys, and we'll kind of motion towards Shredder.
Shredder.
Sorry.
Shredder.
Rocksteady.
Turtles come
And his
busting
boys
in.
Michelangelo and
Turtles is busted. Yo, what up, bro? We're here for the pizza, man.
Yeah.
A bunch of turtles. Monk
turtles.
A bunch of monk turtles walking.
Monk turtle.
Oh my word.
So the rooms are actually out back. They are small one-room shacks that are actually separate from the main establishment here. After paying Prince Safarin, the barkeep Argorn fetches 2 crude rusty keys from behind the counter. He hands both of them to you and directs you which 2 shacks are yours.
All right, let's go drop off Arthur. We gotta talk to Gertie.
Yeah.
Wait, the fairy kind of pops up and she kind of flutters over. She's like, one second real quick. You all look to be a bit of a hardy group of people. I don't really know what to call you. Hi, I introduced myself already. It's Aster. I'm sorry, I'm very flustered after the whole being shaken around thing. Are you guys perhaps free?
Not currently.
Yes.
Well,
Well, he just said he is.
Kind of.
he has a different interpretation of it. We have business to do, but to him we aren't slaves, is what he's getting
Correct.
at.
Yes, the term.
Oh,
Flying
That's
is
It's
hard
a
very-
whole
to
thing. It's
That's
a whole
very
thing. We'll
interesting.
explain later.
okay, that's very interesting. Could I interest a lot of you maybe in a bit of a long journey that might involve something incredibly dangerous with a bit of money at the end of it?
Only a bit.
This does seem tempting, but I'm also butting this up against helping save the life of somebody who is the subject of an assassination attempt. How does yours compare?
Well, I'm not saying we have to leave immediately, though. Leaving actually probably would be a good thing if we get out of here sooner. I took me a few days to fly myself over here, and I don't know how long it's been or how long she's going to last there. You have your hand up there, Prince Safarin.
I was going to say, like, do you think we would be able to continue this conversation with my friend Arthur lying down on one of these filthy mats as opposed to Sentinel's back?
Oh, yes, that's probably a better idea than blabbing about it here. Yeah, let's go to your rooms. A little more private that way, you know?
Yeah. So with that, we'll head over to one of the rooms. I imagine we'll all just kind of shuffle into
Yeah,
one.
just shimmy our way in there.
And
Shimmy, it's been shimmy.
we'll just
As you go to
very-
leave with the fairy, Thrasher stumbles out of his chair and hobbles over. Hey there! 1 second.
Oh yes.
Where are you
pixie
going
dust.
with my pixie?
We're making the pixie magic happen, Thrasher. Don't
Give
you
me a
worry.
persuasion roll.
Huh?
At advantage because he's drunk off his ass.
That works, I guess.
Um,
I was gonna hit him with
17.
a little bit of magic.
Oh, okay. That's a little pixie concoction there. Make it edible. I like it. Edible pixie magic. That's the way to do it. Cook it in brownie. Excellent is what I've heard. Okay. You do that. I'm going to be here with my boys drinking another round.
yeah, make sure you tip the guy well. It's gonna make sure you get the best ale.
Thrasher doesn't tip.
course
Tips
he does.
Thrasher.
Of course.
He just
Yeah.
kind
Kill this guy.
of hobbles. He
Honestly,
just kind of hobbles
wow.
back to his chair and picks up his
Yeah.
half-dranken ale, and he just slings it to his lips and throws his head back and chugs it down.
I have a feeling I can
You're-
make it. But I wanted to go to the bartender real quick before we leave and ask him for just a tiny little vial of salt, if he has it.
Aragorn goes, oh, yeah, yes, I could provide such a thing. He gets you a little salt and he hands it to you.
Oh,
That will
thank
be 1 copper, please.
That's totally fine. And I'll hand him the 1 copper.
Okay.
And then I'll just, as we walk out, I'll flash it to Darian and say, I think I found our pixie dust.
I like where your head's at. All right, we'll get that. We'll get that to Thrasher and the boys.
Well, don't
But
worry.
let's get Arthur somewhere a little bit more comfortable. Although Sentinel, I imagine your back is quite
Probably
cozy
killing
with
you
your
right
soft
now.
feathers.
I've heard that it is the coziest place to sleep.
Incredibly soft
Oh,
feathers.
I'm sure you sleep on it every night, huh?
Not on my back.
I mean, your feathers. Don't worry. Let's just go.
Let's go.
It's not important.
All right, so you guys make your way around back behind the jagged ore, and as Aragorn said, there are 4 shacks there. You can tell your key kind of has the number of the shack poorly etched into it, and you are able to unlock a very old, rusty-looking padlock. You probably could take the padlock and just yank it off if you really wanted to. Inside the shack is 2 beds made of straw, and that's about it. There is a table. One of the room's tables is missing a leg and is currently teetering like this. And that is about it. There are no windows in this shack, and one of them has an incredibly rank smell, like someone died in there. It's probably from all the fish.
Prince Safarin, look at all this luxury.
This place is disgusting. However, I understand that this is how a majority of you people here on Sybil live, and I do not mean to be rude. However, I am going to have to do a little bit of cleaning if I am going to remain. And I'm going to use prestidigitation and just start cleaning 5-foot cubes of this place for the next 30 seconds.
All right, so Prince Safari, you begin to clean one of the shacks. And I'll say, given its size, you're probably able to clean it in about 10 or 15 minutes.
Cool.
Get it a little more spick and span. It's not nearly as grody anymore. Aster the fairy kind of is looking around, and she's like, oh, you're cleaning this place up kind of nice. I would never live here. Actually, I would never stay here. I would sleep outside of town. This is still awful, but it's a better awful now.
That's better than
Correct.
some of the places I've stayed.
So you can lay Arthur down on a bed if you would like. Arthur, it's probably been about a half hour for you.
Not too bad. 2.5 to go. You're
Yep.
6 of
Alright.
the way there.
So, Aster, we do have
Yeah.
urgent business, but what is it you wanted to talk about?
Okay, so you might not believe the story. A lot of people haven't that I've asked. I've asked people on the road. I've asked people in town. I've asked people really anywhere I could ask them in the last day. So I was in the company of someone a little bit important. You might have heard of her, Jayla Pentagast, the current champion of High Water. I'm her traveling companion. Prince Safarin's shaking his head, and Aster just kind of gives you a look like, how do you not know what I'm talking about?
Out of this world.
Everyone
I'm telling
probably but Prince Safarin would be aware that for the last 2 years, this Jayla Pentagast has been the chosen champion of High Water, obtaining the title from the previous champion who opted to forego being the champion anymore for reasons unknown right now. However, Jayla has become the champion and has upheld the tenets and all of those other things, and she travels around and helps people and generally serves as High Water's kind of like knight in shining armor, essentially. So Aster continues. So Jayla and I, we met not that long ago, and I decided to follow her. I owe her a bit of a life debt, you see, and I
Oh.
help out in any way that I can. But she goes a lot of very strange places. We've been to Pregla, we've been to Igarith, we've been to Bridgetown twice together. We didn't stay here. We stayed on the other side in the Nicens. They give us rooms for free because Jayla's the champion.
Must be
But
nice.
she wanted to go someplace very odd after we got some rumors. To the holy city. Through the Forgotten Forest to the abandoned city where the Lords of Call, they all used to hang out and protect the artifacts and whatnot. It's a garbage dump now. No one lives there, but we got some words that, well, there might be necromancers that have taken up refuge there. Being Jayla and her fascination with necromancers for whatever reason, decided that we were going to go there. So we did. We traveled through the Forgotten Forest, found the Holy City, and entered, started looking around, seeing if we could find anything about necromancers. We didn't find anything. But what we did find is that a lot of hoblings have decided to take up refuge there. And Jayla may have fell into a pit and got stuck in a pit. And there were like 40 hoblings that were coming at us. So I flew away to get help.
How many days ago was this?
5! No, wait. 7. Because it took me 5 to get here. I bet she's totally okay. She's very good with a sword. And, yeah.
The
Help me.
champions of
Sounds-
Highwater
That
has been defeated
like
by
a very
pit.
good thing.
It was not her finest moment. I can promise you that she's really good with a sword. Just not very good with pits, I guess.
No, it really is.
Is this pit? What is this pit?
It was a trap door, and she stepped on it and fell into it, and it was like 15 feet high, and we were trying to get her out. I offered her to stand on my shoulders. That's a fairy joke. We can't do that.
Oh.
And she
Is
Tried
she
to
not also a fairy?
no, she's a human, like him. And she points at Darian.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yeah, she's human. Not a fairy. No fairy would ever be champions. Tiny arms and
Why-
small bodies don't make particularly good fighters. I once knew a fairy that tried to be a fighter. He died very quickly. He was eaten by a wolf. We were sad.
Well,
Oh. Well. Okay.
Well, that is too bad.
I mean-
So I do not see how a small person could not be a champion, seeing how if the people that they fight are very, very big, you could maybe fly into their face and be like,
Well, the one fairy I spoke of tried that with the wolf and then it ate him. So we generally try to avoid fist-to-fist combat. I can cast a little bit of magic though. Not anything like awesome. Like I can cast a message and that's about it. We're not very good when it comes to casting spells either. Actually, when it comes down to it, fairies aren't really good at anything.
Aster, don't be so
Oh,
hard
God.
on yourself.
We are
you
very
seem to be
beautiful.
very good at making friends in bars.
Yeah, you could say that. Yes, I am very good at making friends in bars.
You're not very good at making pixie dust, though.
No, I am incapable of making pixie dust. Don't get me started on pixies. I have a very low opinion of pixies.
Have you tried
Interesting.
making this pixie dust?
No, but I can guarantee you it'd be most impossible. She starts
I
like
don't
flapping her
understand.
wings really, really fast, and nothing happens. There's no dust.
That's how they make the pixie dust. Is they flap their wings really fast. If she was a pixie prince.
Ah,
Yep.
I see.
Yes. So.
Okay.
Okay, Aster.
Yes.
You
You're
have-
going to help me, right? You came in and you helped me with Thrasher and his nasty gross boys, and you, Darian, you and your big, handsome body are going to come and help me, right?
Yes,
Uh,
Darian Kips is a very good helper. When I came here to Sybil, he offered to help me straight away.
Oh, you guys are wonderful. Thank you so much. Everyone was telling me no, and no one believed me when I said that I knew Jayla, and I tried to convince them, and I don't have a locket or anything. I need to have her give me something that proves I know. Oh, you are so wonderful. Thank you, Darian. Thank you. And your big, strong-looking hands and your fine frame. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Actually, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
I'm gonna point at Arthur and be like, "This is our friend Arthur.
Yes.
Can you hang out with him while we go stop an assassination attempt really quick?"
Of course. When that happens, we're gonna leave, though, right? We're gonna head out for the holy city, right?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
discuss that.
We'll play it by ear. We'll
Oh, okay.
come up with a plan.
I really want to go as fast as we can. I know that Jayla's okay. She's probably just fending those hoblings off like a real champion of high water. I just don't want to get there a day late and find her dead, like my pixie friend that got eaten by the wolf when I watched and didn't do anything to help him.
Did she have any of food with her in the pit?
She did. I hope she's out of the pit at this point. If she's not, then but she's out of the pit. I can guarantee that she's out of the pit.
Well then, that sounds like a wonderful time.
It wasn't. The pit was very deep and very dark. I fell in mud and got my wings muddy. And when fairy wings get muddy, I can't fly very well.
I also do not like this mud.
Mud is bad. I see. You and me. What's your name? I'm sorry, I haven't gotten anyone's names yet. Besides Darian's name, I've gotten his name.
Oh, you know Arthur.
Yes, my name is. You know Arthur. He is unconscious.
Yes.
He is our friend here who was stabbed, with a knife or sword of some kind. And then this is Sentinel. He is a large bird, as you can see.
I don't judge. I was just happy someone talked to me.
I can tell.
Well, it seemed like as a Thrasher was speaking to you quite a bit, though you did not seem to like what he was saying. Also,
Yes.
there is Darby. Here, Darby is a guy. He says a lot of things.
I do.
It's
So, if she's out of
And
the
who
pit,
are you?
how do we intend to find her?
well, I'm assuming she's still in the holy city. Jayla is very concerned about the necromancers and everything. Oh, I'm sure you've heard about all the dead rising and it getting blamed on the necromancers by Alistair Vanatier and stuff. She wants to stop them the best that she can, and she won't leave until they're dealt with. I'm sure that they've put some terrible spell over the hoblings that have made them do such nasty things. They're really not that bad creatures when you get to know them, minus the looting and smelling and killing. They're not that bad.
Oh, that is good to know.
Glad we can
Yes.
see eye to eye on that.
Well, you watch over our friend Arthur while we continue to go and make sure that Lady Hookfist, I forget her name, but that she is aware of the assassination attempt on her life.
Hookslinger.
Okay. I'll be here. And then we can go, right? And then we can go to the holy city, right?
We'll figure
Figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Okay.
double tap Arthur's unconscious shoulder and just good fucking luck. And walk out.
Well, he'll have a riot.
Okay.
Alright,
Bye,
so-
guys.
Good.
Don't forget
Goodbye.
about me.
All right.
We couldn't.
Goodbye,
I
Aston.
tried.
Goodbye, Arthur.
Bye, Darian. Bye. Be safe out there. Bye, Darian.
Bye, Esther.
Okay, bye. Don't forget about me.
Goodbye, Darian.
Couldn't if
So
I
we-
tried.
All right.
She's gonna look over after you guys leave. She looks over at Arthur's unconscious body and goes, "So, is he like seeing anyone or anything?"
God.
He's like, "Nothing, you're a All right, you guys are out of the shack, and
Uh,
Aster is looking over Arthur.
I am going
Okay.
to quickly cast Prestidigitation on this little tiny vial of salt to make it kind of
Okay.
glitter and shine.
I just
and-
want to say that I absolutely love that you guys left me with somebody I have never met.
Yeah.
So when I wake up, I'm gonna have no clue where I am, no clue who this person is.
She'll do a great job explaining it.
This
That's
is
Oh.
be a great
She's
setup.
just gonna mention Darian Kipps
That's
over
it.
and
She's
over
like,
and
so
over.
this Darian Kipps guy said that you were his friend, and that I'm helping you. But so I'm gonna make the salt. Basically,
We
try
left
to
you with the
emulate-
muscle just to make sure.
Yeah,
not like
emulate
she's
pixie
dangerous.
dust as best as I can with whatever
Turns out
knowledge
she's
of it I
like
have.
the main evil bad guy, and we just left her in the room.
Come back, Arthur's dead.
Eric, start rolling up a new character.
Hey, get ready.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Do it.
I'm kidding. All right, so you guys are going to head to Gertie Hookslinger's shack.
I'm quickly
Yes.
Well-
gonna stop back in the jagged ore with my wonderful fake
Okay.
pixie dust. I'm just gonna toss it at Thrasher and go, there you go, and then just leave.
Yeah. So Darby, as you enter, you notice that Thrasher's boys are like passed out on the table, and Thrasher's just like, the pixie dust, and his boys immediately shoot up. They're like, we can fly.
Sure.
We can fly! We can fly! We can fly!
Jump
Yeah.
off the bridge. Try it out.
Yeah, you should try it out. There's plenty of places to try it. I'll see you later.
Give me a
Fly-
persuasion at advantage.
All right. What is my bonus to
Are we?
persuasion?
Did we just convince Thrasher and his boys to jump off?
We're gonna find out.
Possibly.
Their mother should have told them not to trust strangers. That's the
That's
first thing
true.
my mom always told me. If your friends went and jumped off a bridge, would you do it
Oh
too?
wow, that's really good.
I guess if I had pixie dust, I would.
That's an 18 and 19 on the die, so that's a 23.
So immediately Thrasher and his boys like get up and they start, I would say running, but they're so drunk they're kind of just stumbling out the door, and they're headed now towards the bridge to attempt to try out their pixie dust that you have given them.
Well,
Okay, I
Enjoy
can't in good
yourselves.
conscience. I can't let
Have
these
a great
people-
rest of your time.
Can I trip these guys so that way they fall and take advantage of their drunken state? Because I can't in good conscience let these people go jump off a bridge.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably just walk up and poke one of them and they'll fall over. That's how drunk they are.
I'm just gonna nonchalantly just foot sweep them all. Just hopefully they fall down and are too drunk to move much more.
Okay. So you go and you attempt to push them down. Give me a. Oh, what should you roll for that? Give me a.
Dex?
Just give me a dex check, a straight dex,
Dex.
check on that.
I also do unarmed strike.
Oh wow, 20.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Plus
rolling
All
well,
five.
right,
man.
so you kind of
I am.
are able, Darian, to slide yourself up and trip them, and Thrasher and his guys kind of go, his four other guys kind of go falling down. And in their drunkenness, they don't realize it's you.
Yes. This is...
So they're
I'm
kind of
gonna
just in
help
the
them
dirt, and they're just like, you're gonna help them up, Prince Safarin.
Yeah, they just fell.
All right,
I'm gonna-
so Prince Safarin
Can I
walks
like
up.
grab Prince of Ours hand and be like, "Hey, I'm trying to prevent them from potentially killing themselves." It's a weird way to do it, I know. We can explain the nuances of it later, but let's let them chill on the ground.
Okay.
Are there any guards like near us?
That no
There's
big
a few.
ideas.
There's a
Big
few
brain
guys.
ideas here.
Yeah, I'm gonna call over the guards and just say, we've got some disorderly conduct over here. Can you make sure these guys find a home somewhere safe off the streets?
So one of the
Cause of
guards
trouble.
comes like teetering over. He looks down. He goes, "Oi, oi, oi! Thrasher and his boys coming on down here to Bridgetown. I'm gonna take care of them for you. Don't worry about it. We got a nice home and stuff for them that they can stay in for a little bit. All right, you lot, come on. Let's get yourselves up. Get yourselves cleaned off." And the guard summons a couple others, and they come over and start helping up Thrasher and his guys, and they begin leading them away to where they might be able to sit for a little bit.
This is good.
The drunk tank.
The drunk
To the drunk tank, basically.
D&D drunk tank. All right, I feel better about that.
Drunk tank.
As far as I'm concerned, they got what they wanted. What they do with it is not my it's not my problem.
All right, let's go. Let's go help Gertie.
Yeah.
All right.
Let her know.
Mhm.
We'll talk to him.
So you guys head off. You takes a second for you to find it because her shack was just kind of buried amongst the other shacks. But you do find Gertie Hookslinger's shack, and you are in front of it now.
Knock on.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Darby,
I'll knock on
Darby,
the door.
you knock on it.
I'll just knock on it.
Oi, come on in. Come on in.
Okay, I'll enter.
All right, you enter. So, Foggin is there, and Gertie. They're the only two. The hired help have they've seemingly stepped out for a little bit. And upon seeing you, Gertie's like, she kind of perks up. She's like, "Oh well, you showed up. I see. How I didn't expect to see you so soon. What you find out from the merchants? You find out where Barry is. He gonna talk to us good, is he?
Well, not quite. But we did find out something interesting.
What would that be?
You may want to keep your help around a little bit more, and I'll pass her the letter.
So Gertie takes the letter and she opens it and she reads it real quick, and her eyes immediately like, oh my gosh, where'd you get this? This can't be real. This can't be real at all.
Oh, it's very real. Remember how you told
It's
us
signed by
about-
Barry Silverhand's daughter.
It is. Remember how you told us to be wary of the warehouses? A lot of, like, death and disappearing?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
that's very true. There's a lot of death
Oh.
at those warehouses.
Foggin, take a look at this. That's signed right there. Dawn Silverhand. Signed by her. Wanting to kill GH. There's only one GH here in this village, and that's me. This is utter poppycock, goddess have mercy. What are we gonna do? I tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this note, and we're gonna rile up the townsfolk. And we're gonna march on across the bridge. Not paying, mind you. No pay. We're gonna march right up to Barry Silverhand's mansion. We're gonna throw this note down and demand that he come out and speak to us for this treachery.
Now,
I would like to tell you that his staff is very rude. So if you're going to do
They
that,
are very,
Yes,
they are
yes,
very
they are.
rude. Very, very rude. We're gonna fix that.
now, Gertie, I've witnessed an uprising or two in my day, and the way I see it is that Barry Silverhand has the town guard on his side, and Barry Silverhand wants you dead. At least his daughter does. It's probably safe to assume he wants you dead. If you rile up the townsfolk, the people that have no means of defending themselves, and march across town, what's to say there isn't going to be an absolute slaughter of everyone?
Oh, Barry isn't that stupid. If he starts killing the working folk, he'll get pregnant on in here, and the Royal Guard will come in and crush whatever he's trying to do. Actually, that brings me an idea here. Fagan, take this note. Scribe it best you can. Find the finest person in town that can mimic that handwriting. I want you to take the original. I want you to give it to a courier. Run it to Pragla. Right to the barracks. Show them what we're dealing with. See how the royal Vanetier family will see about their citizens being treated in such a way. Maybe get some actual reckoning here for Barry and his lot. And we'll let him know what's going on. We'll let him know that we have him right by his tiny little testicles. Just pulling him straight down. Not gonna screw us working folk over anymore. Fair pay, fair work. For the working class.
Here, here.
correct. It's
Sounds
important
like a
that
town.
that the slaves be treated fairly by their masters.
We're not slaves, but yes, we will be treated fairly by our employers. I almost said masters. Not a slave.
I mean, you sure are treated like
Okay.
slaves.
I do want to say something to you. Because you've gone over there and helped us out, I went around to some of the families that are a little more well off than us. We got a little bit for you. I couldn't just have you do all of this for nothing. You have no business sticking your fake nose in my business, and I asked you to, and that just isn't right. That's not the Hookslinger way. But I managed to get something here. And she kind of plucks out 6 gemstones and she pops it on the table. I had these appraised in town. Net you about 50 gold apiece.
Well, to be honest with you,
Oh.
Gertie, I didn't do it for the money.
These are very. Are they nice? Like, are they nice? Just
They're-
like what I know.
for you, Prince Safarin, they're of low to average quality, but probably for the average person, they would be considered nice. It's the nicest thing you've seen in Bridgetown on this eastern side, which is like the port district.
see.
So there are these 650 gold gemstones. 50 gold piece gemstones. Please, I couldn't not give you something.
Well, you know.
Oh, well,
Oh, go ahead.
allow me to give you a shiny rock as well. And I will take out gold and I will hand her one of those. And
Thank you.
He
Okay.
yes,
He tries his best.
He does. He's
Must
trying.
be a cultural thing. I appreciate this,
Sure.
Your Majesty.
yeah, and I will take whatever one that was in front of me, and I was like, I am sure I could find something to put like this on, like maybe a candle or something.
A handle.
Put it in
You
my-
have a blue gemstone that's worth 50 gold pieces now.
Cool. I will put that on my things.
I'm not going to pick up a single one. So.
All right. Sentinel, Darby, how do you feel? Gertie has offered you, there's 5 remaining gemstones.
Ooh. I don't particularly
Darby, don't be
care
greedy
much.
now.
I don't particularly care too much about the gemstones themselves. However, Arthur's not here. Would he want the gemstone? I mean, probably. He's a pirate, right? Pirates like their treasure.
But is it not enough to help out these people?
Oh, believe me,
We're gonna have good rapport when we come back to town. That's
I'm
enough.
very
Are
much.
are you having this question out loud, or? Is
Oh
this
yeah, no, just out loud.
internal?
Would
Yeah,
would Arthur
Who
want?
has the? Obviously, I can't say anything, but who has the 100 gold we got for the bird payment too?
Darby
I picked
divided
it
it
up and I
up.
divided it out. Well,
Right. That's right. That's right.
That's
That's
He
right.
right.
bought for
divided
himself.
it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you expect me to do? All right. I want money, but
Me
also
watching Darby on this one.
you're gonna have to. Don't trust it. Never trust me with coin purses. I will take as much as I can without you noticing.
So Sentinel, what do you do with these gemstones?
No need for a gemstone. I'm just only here to help.
You're all too kind. You're all too kind.
Yeah, we are, aren't we, Darby?
Here's what I'll do. I want to give Arthur his fair share of his choice. He's not here. I'll take one for Arthur, and if he doesn't want it, we can come and give it back.
Don't bother. Please take it. We wanted to do this for you, but if you don't want the others, I'll let the family know. The families know. They'll be pleased. Some of these are valuable items to them.
I'm sure they are.
So
You're gonna
Gertie
need
kind
the
of
help.
begins to like scoop the gemstones up and put them back in a pouch. And Foggin kind of bids farewell, and he heads out to go and take care of the letter and get a copy of it sent off to Pragwa.
You
This
don't
seems like
happen
it
to
tied up
have-
really nicely.
You don't happen to have any extra help around, do you?
Oh, me? Oh, my God, we'll be back shortly. Within the hour, I would assume. I can hold my own, and you see her, Gertie, walk over to the edge of her bed and pick up a giant, like, two-handed battle axe. And she's just like, I've split a couple skulls in my day.
Good to know.
You know.
How about Foggin? Is he capable of himself?
He's speedy, fast. He'll be fine. It's not far to the courier from here.
Okay.
Well,
Just to be safe, you know.
I mean, we
I
have
don't
a room. We're waiting for Arthur to wake up. I don't know if you noticed, but he's not here.
Yeah.
You have an assassination out. You have a bounty on your head. If you want to lay low with us at the tavern,
I've never passed up a good drink. Why not? I'm game for that.
guess we're drinking.
All right.
How do you feel about fairies? We got a very talkative one.
Never
Okay.
met a fairy before. They're quite adorable. I saw a fairy village once in my journeys, but I didn't get close enough or bother to speak to any of them.
I'll introduce you. You guys can
Wonderful.
chat all you want. The
Wonderful.
more you
Yeah.
talk to her, the less she'll talk to me, and I think that's a win for both of us.
I don't know. I think she really wants to talk to you, Darian.
Yeah, she does. She does.
I mean, who doesn't? With your
right.
handsome face and built body.
So Gertie is now kind of joining you guys if you're ready to go back to the Jagged Ore.
I'll be the head back.
Okay.
Do
So
it.
after another like good 10-minute walk, you make your way back to the Jagged Ore. At this point, Arthur, it's probably been like a little over an hour for you.
Okay.
Well, I would say Aster's basically been sitting there talking to you, even though you're not responding, just kind of just rambling on about different things of non-importance. So you guys have arrived back at the Jagged Ore. Gertie has she's participated in light conversation, kind of explaining to you guys a little bit about her family's history in Bridgetown and how she was trying to build a boat once and they didn't have the right tree sap, so she had to go out and use this battle axe to cut a tree down to get the right tree sap to fix this boat of theirs. A lot of very workman-like conversations.
Wow.
I
so
will be
interesting.
enraptured of this conversation. As it
Prince
seems
Safar,
like
and this is
folksy
just
thing.
like it's like watching Survivor Man for you. Like it's
Yeah.
just you've never seen it before.
It was like this is folksy thing. Yay.
This is crazy.
So you are back at the Jagged Ore.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Well, we got a couple hours before Arthur's conscious. I could use a short rest.
I could
I don't know about you
too.
guys, but
Okay.
short
I would
rest.
very
I don't really
much
think
like
I would
want
say-
anything out of it, though.
If you guys would like to participate in a meal and some drinks within the tavern, we can say that 2 hours pass, and that would be enough to wake Arthur up.
Yeah.
Are there other people in the tavern other than us, or is it just us?
There are a few other people. Most of them look like workers on the docks. There is a large beast man. He looks like a lion. He's got like a big, thick mane, like a lion face, who's sitting with like a double-sized ale in front of him and a big plate of just like meat, like sausage and stuff like that. And he's eating it. You did see him earlier, and he seemed very annoyed with Thrasher and his boys, but now that they're gone, he's a lot calmer and he's enjoying his meal.
Okay. I mean, I'll ask around and see if anyone wants to play a couple of hands of cards or two. Maybe see if I can
Yeah,
get
you're
a
able
few
to.
coin.
You're able to convince like one or two to play some very simple games. Essentially like high or low. Like they're just real simple card games that they'll play here.
All right.
Is there dragon chess anywhere here?
No dragon chest here.
Hmm.
Little too highbrow for the Jagged Ore.
I mean, if they're
'Cause
over
I
here
do
playing
know
high card,
dragons.
low card,
Yeah.
not even like
Derby.
blackjack or poker.
Darby, give me a D100 roll. Tell me what you get.
All right. I mean, I feel like it goes without saying. I am, of course, going to cheat as best I can with
Yep.
sleight of hand and try to, stack the deck in my favor.
So so first I'm gonna have you give me a sleight of hand roll.
All right.
If you're cheating.
Ooh, yeah, of course I'm cheating. What is that? That is. Where's my sleight of hand? +4. Kind of bad. 12.
A 12? Lucky for you, no one notices you cheat. When you roll your D100, Darby, you may roll the tens die twice and take the higher of the two amounts.
Good, because when I first did it, it was a 10. That's a 79.
79. So playing this high card, low card kind of game that they have here, you are able to win yourself about 30 copper.
I'll take it. It is what it is. I mean,
They are playing with big bucks here.
of course.
So
not.
Darby is off gambling. Prince Safarin, what are you doing?
I'd probably be talking to people in the bar.
Okay.
Just learning more about these Sybil people.
You can find a hardy group of fishermen in the corner having a couple drinks, and if you come up with your usual open and welcoming self, they'll definitely let you sit down and talk to them a little bit about your lands, and they'll talk to you a little bit about fishing and stuff like that. Seems
Yeah,
to,
I want to learn about fishing.
yeah. The moment you kind of give this sort of like, how do you fish? They're kind of like, someone cares about our trade? Okay, and they start going in about how like different hooks and lines and boats and the different catch that they can get in the water and how much it goes for, and you just are amassing all this information just about this side of Bridgetown, and you actually get a better appreciation for these people's plight, kind of that these are a very hard-working, salt of the earth people, and they definitely are being mistreated by their employers.
Their masters aren't treating them fairly. They're doing very good work. They're doing their what they're supposed to do as slaves, and it is important that their masters treat them accordingly.
Exactly.
I feel even more strongly about this than I did before. And I learned a little bit about fishing, which is
You
different
did
than
actually, Prince
having
Farin,
fish.
if you wanted to, you might actually be able to get yourself a line and a hook and do some yourself with some success.
I would like to try that technique.
Well, you say that to one of the guys, and he goes, "Okay, I've got an old spare fishing lure that I don't use anymore.
Ooh,
You came and talked to us, and learn a little bit about you, learn a little about us. I gave it to you. Be
that's
right
so
back."
kind of you. Okay.
He steps out for a moment. About 10-15 minutes later, he comes back. It's a very old, crude line. It's seen many years of wear, but the string attached to it is brand new. He's got a brand freshly smithed hook on there. He hands it to you and he says, "There you go, Prince. Little souvenir from Bridgetown. From us
Oh.
to you."
Thank you very much, sir. I have never had my own fishing stick, but I am very excited to use it. Oh, and I have something for... How many of them are there?
You're talking to 3 guys.
I have something for you as well. And I take out 3 gold. I'm just like, you all love this here. Every time I give this a huge hit. So you can have one, you can have one, and then you as well. Can
These
have
guys are like, "Oh my god, he just gave us a gold." Now remember, the merchants were paying these people a silver a day for their work, and you just gave them 10 days worth of work.
Give him a
And
week
the,
and a half.
the one guy you're talking to, Prince of Farin's like, "Prince, do you drink at all?"
Yes, I find that when I'm on Sybil, I have to consume food and water on a regular basis. Oh, I feel very cranky.
I see. I'm going to buy you a drink. 5, or however many you want. I'll go get our friend here a drink. He deserves at least 1, however many you want. On us, on the table. And Argorn is like, "Oh, one day coming up." And he begins getting his ale together. He walks it over to you, Prince of Far, and he sets it down. And the men pay him whatever the cost is for it. I think it's like
Okay,
a copper
I
or
will
something.
drink with these fisher guys.
The ale is not very good. I'm assuming you come from a palace where, well, you guys don't eat or drink. Would you drink any type of alcohol at all?
Well,
There
no,
for pleasure?
we would eat. We eat and drink for pleasure. It's just
For
that we don't.
pleasure.
It's not. Yeah, it doesn't.
It's not. You don't need it for nourishment. This is nowhere near the quality of like the drink you would have. Probably fine wines and fine liquors and beers, but this is Sybil drink right here. This is. I mean, this is like going. This is like going to backwards, like South Carolina, stopping at the dive bar, sitting down, and being like, "Give me a burger," and it's the best damn burger of your life.
I am roughing it. I am drinking like one of you Sybil people. Look at me.
Here,
having
like
a
one of
slave
us.
Drink.
Like one of us. They clink glasses with you.
Yeah. Look, I clink like I shout out to Darren. If Darren is around, I'm going to shout. It's like, Darren, look, I am drinking slave beverages like a Sybil.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you are, bud. Yeah, you are.
All right, Sentinel, what are you doing right now?
I've seen Argo have like some trouble, like getting out drinks quickly and and all those kind of things. So I walk over to him and I ask him, can I go behind the bar? And I think I have
why?
a few tricks that I learned from the tridents that I have up my. Well, I don't really wear sleeves, but I can help you out.
Oh, you wish to serve the drinks to the patrons?
I think I could help you. Help serve a little bit quicker.
Well, I'm not gonna turn that down. These 4, and he puts 4 on the table, go to that table over there. And those 3 right here go to that table over there. Thank you, giant bird.
So I scoop them up and trot around and start handing
Passing out drinks.
Yeah.
All right, so Sentinel is serving booze to people. Darian, what are you doing?
Darian, I'm gonna make sure that I introduce Gertie to Aster, and then my socialization for the day is capped out. So I'm gonna sit at the bar and just have some drinks to myself.
I feel that.
Okay. For anyone buying drinks, it's not Prince of Farin because he is getting his paid for. Let me see exactly what they cost in the player's handbook here.
Around a couple copper, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's not super expensive. So a mug is 4 copper. So for each drink that you have, pay 4 copper for them.
Okay.
Except you, Prince of Farin, you are getting yours paid for.
How many copper is it per silver?
100.
All I have is gold.
10 copper for silver?
I think it's 100.
Well, it's 100 copper for a gold, so it'd be 10 for a silver.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
10.
Yeah, 10, it's 10, 10, 10. Yep, you're right. So, yeah, so there you go.
Okay, so I'm gonna swap out one of my golds for some copper, and then I will get probably 3 ales.
I'll
so
get 2.
it's, what, 12?
There you go.
I made 30
So it's
copper. I can
it's
afford
not the greatest drink, but you've had worse, Darian.
Okay.
So you've introduced Gertie to Aster, and for a moment, Aster's kind of talked her ear off for a bit, and Gertie quickly grows bored and annoyed, and does her best to get away as quick as she can to join you at the bar, Darian.
Understandable.
And as you go to leave Darian, Aster's like, "Bye, Darian. Bye. Good to see you. Bye."
Bye, Aster.
Arthur, you wake up in the shack.
Okay.
You are surprised where you are. You are in a shack, obviously.
Right.
And there is a fairy that is sitting on the table next to you. And she has a little book in her hand, and she's reading this little bound fairy book.
So I'm going to wake up pretty violently, kind of in a cold sweat, sit up from the bed, be looking around.
Your violent wake up startles the fairy, and she immediately drops her book. She's like, "Oh dear! Oh, you're awake!
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Aster. It's nice to meet you."
But
oh, you're probably
likewise.
confused. You were
Yes.
unconscious. Oh, so your friends, Prince of Farin, Sentinel, Darby, and Darian, they left to go and talk to someone about them getting assassinated or something. I didn't really follow that part too well, so I'm here to watch you. Oh, and then they returned, and they brought this dwarf lady, and I talked to her for a little bit, but I wanted to make sure you were going to wake up, and they all wanted to go drink, so hi.
The dwarf woman, what was her name?
Gertie.
Okay, that checks.
How are you feeling?
Terrible.
You
I
look
just died.
terrible.
Thanks.
If I had healing magic, which I don't because fairies don't really have magic, I can send message to you, but I can't heal you at all. But I can pat your head lovingly, and she kind of pats your head.
Don't touch me. I appreciate
okay,
that.
I'm sorry.
I'm fully aware of fairies' magical abilities. I knew a fairy captain out on the water.
A fairy captain, like a fairy who captained a ship?
Yes, Luther the Lithe.
I've never heard of that before. That is so cool. I knew a fairy once that wanted to be a warrior, and he trained with a sword every day for a year, and then was eaten by a wolf and died.
That sounds about right, but Luther the Lithe was not somebody you'd double cross. He'd got a wolf before he got it swallowed past the third stomach there.
That sounds like such fun. Oh, I'm actually reading a book about a pirate right now, and she holds up a book, and she goes, "It's called The Pirate's Mast, and it's about a young fairy girl that ends up on a high sea."
No, don't need to know any more about that. Where did you say the other gentlemen were?
Oh, they're in the bar. I was gonna bring them to you when you woke up because once we're done eating and kind of once you woke up, we were going off to the holy city to rescue Jayla.
Jayla, as in the champion Jayla?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. You were unconscious. You didn't know about this conversation. She's stuck in the holy city right now, and I came to get help.
Sure she is. I'm just gonna walk past her out of the shack towards the.
Do you not believe me? Your friends believed me. They did. I promise. They believed me. And she kind of flutters after you.
Okay. I'm going to walk into the jagged because since I'm in a separate shack. I'm going to walk around to the door of the jagged ore, try to find my bearings because I've also never gone to the shack. So I'm just going to kind of presumably walk to where I think the jagged ore might be. Because again, like I don't know my bearings yet. So
yeah, you're definitely able to ascertain and get your way in there.
Okay. All right, I'm going to walk into the bar, see Darian, and just kind of point at the fairy who's following me.
Hi, Darian.
Hey, Arthur, I see you in Aster. How's that going? And then I'm gonna take
You woke up.
a big gulp of my ale.
About as great as you'd expect it to go. Thanks a bunch.
Hey, you want one of these? And I'm gonna slide an ale next to me in the stool.
Always. And I'm just going to grab it and start slamming it.
Are we drinking? We really shouldn't drink. We should leave and go to the holy city. Right?
Is
Arthur,
she
you are back
serious?
from being
Is she
unconscious.
actually with the champion?
We have no reason to believe that she actually is, but we also don't have any reason to believe that she isn't. So
She has told us.
If you don't believe me, you look kind of rough and tumbly. We can pay you like a lot of money.
That works for me.
I'm sure if you rescue Jayla, I mean, she's the champion after all. She matters to Highwater. She matters to the king. She matters to a lot of people. Surely someone's gonna pay you for it.
Aster, did you just try to convince us to do stuff for money because we look poor?
No, not at all. I tried to convince you for money because he looks rough and like he needs money.
Yes,
And
did
he
she
just
say
points to Arthur.
I look rough and tumbly, didn't you hear? So catch me up to speed here. I kind of fell unconscious after the three of you hid on the first floor while our mark was getting away.
Yep, so I'm gonna rip another gulp of the ale and let them know that we found a letter claiming for the assassination of our good buddy Gertie. We let her know. She's over there. I'm gonna point to Gertie.
Hey there, Arthur.
And her people are forwarding the letter via courier to people that matter, probably.
It's
and
reporting to the capital city of Pragla to the Royal Guard.
Yes, the capital city of Prague, Royal Guard. And yeah, in the midst of that, we came here to drop you off so you can get some nice rest. Like a good young lad. And well, we met Aster, who, you know, she kind of lets you know what's going on there.
Yes, I also had the misfortune of meeting Aster, but
Misfortune? I'm very
Not
nice.
misfortunate.
At the very least, you remembered that Gertie offered to pay for our room here, right? You didn't pay for the rooms, did you?
So,
I'm gonna get up from the bar and just walk over to where Darby's at playing cards.
Darby is off playing high or low.
Yeah.
to be fair, I didn't pay for the
To
room.
be fair, Prince Zephyrin paid for the rooms. It's not our fault. I forgot about that too, though.
Oh, it's too funny.
That's what I was going to whisper to you earlier. I was just saying, what's great when your note taker is knocked unconscious and can't say anything.
Yeah, the best part too,
Oh,
I
that's
have.
great.
I think I have that written in my notes too, and I just didn't look at it. Yeah.
All right, so Arthur, you go off to join Darby in the card playing. Would you also like to participate, or are you just watching?
I'm just going to kind of come over to his shoulder and jingle the coin in my coin purse and say, I presume that this is my payment for the gig.
That's what we found on their payment.
Good to know.
We were offered gemstones as payment, and we kindly declined.
Good to know. Well, thank you for at least providing my share.
No problem.
What you
Playing
got going here?
Real riveting cards here.
Who's he playing against?
Just some people, just like work
Random
people, like no
broker.
one big or important.
I'm just going to kind of watch. I'm not going to play, but I'll stand and watch. And then from a mechanical understanding, do I technically hit long rest then for my character, or on my D&D
Not-
Beyond sheet? Or
No, not yet, because technically when you are unconscious, you have to come out of conscious. You have to like come back. You have 1 HP. You've come back with 1
okay,
HP.
thank you. I just wanted to know what that was. Okay, cool. Thank you.
However, you guys are in the midst of taking a short rest. If there's nothing else you would like to do, you can take a long rest at this point as well. Or Aster obviously is pestering everyone to get going as well. So that is completely up to the party at this point.
Probably like what, 5 o'clock?
It's about after Arthur wakes up. It's like 6, 7. Well, I shouldn't say it was about 5 when he woke up. At this point, after you guys have been hanging out, it's about 6, 7.
Okay.
The jagged ore is starting to fill up with more and more people as the workday is ending. People are getting off. They're going to, spend some of their hard-earned silver on dinner and drinks.
You used to pay for rent. You can just buy alcohol, right?
Amen.
I'll drink to that.
My guy is Prince Zephyrin or Zephyrin. He's going to try to fish if we're not going to leave right now.
All right. Are you guys planning on leaving, or are you going to take a long rest here in Bridgetown?
I think we stay for a night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm okay with one more night. Probably should be tip-top shape in the morning, right?
Yeah, especially Arthur here. He's looking a little rough.
That's a good point.
Darby. Appreciated that. Yeah, that's what happens when you rush ahead and actually try to execute the mark. I'm sure when we find all those 40 hoblings you're claiming are assaulting Jayla, that Darby will be right up front, able to protect your champion.
Ooh, I hope so. Are you a strong warrior, Darby?
You got stabbed in the stomach.
Yes, I did, Prince. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
I wouldn't say I'm necessarily
It was bad.
strong, but I can hold my own.
It was bad. You bled a lot. I cleaned your clothes for you.
I appreciate that, Prince. Thank you. That means a lot to me. This garb is kind of stuck with me for quite some time.
I understand what it is like to have a favorite clothes. I packed my favorite clothes for my vacation in Cebu.
Yeah, favorites. That's what they are.
This is my rough and tumble clothes.
You've got your rough and tumble fishing rod too.
Yeah, and I have a fishing stick. One of these people have given me the fishing stick.
Well,
Prince of Arn, you said you wanted to go try fishing with it, right?
I'm gonna go try fishing with it, and we're just gonna hang out.
All right, go ahead. Go out and give me a survival roll as you go and attempt to fish.
Oh man, okay, this is gonna be not good. What? My survival. Oh, hey, no. Oh no, it's bad. Okay, here we go. What else is it? I was gonna say like, oh, it's gonna be good, but it wasn't. It's not necessarily good. Oh, okay. 8.
An 8.
8.
So
8.
crisp bait. So you drop your line in the water, and you don't even get a nibble. You just sit there. You don't get a nibble because you did not put any bait on the.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this action of putting.
You're just sitting there. It's a beautiful evening. You are on the docks. I'm assuming you're sitting on it. Your feet are you're doing your little feet kicking thing on the dock. You just got your rod.
I'd put my feet in the water if I didn't have to.
Yeah, the dock's higher up, so your feet wouldn't reach the water.
I would not put because that is their area, and I'm not super cool. I have to be on the ground for most of the stuff, but I'm not gonna mess with them. So I'm just gonna be like,
That makes sense. So yep. So you unfortunately don't catch anything, but you have a great time doing it.
I'm fishing. I'm doing exactly what fishing is.
Yep. Exactly as described.
Yes, you are.
All right. Anyone else want to do anything before the long rest officially starts?
I'm probably gonna make my way through the party here, who's still here, and kind of ascertain everything that happened while I was unconscious. I'm gonna try to learn how I was carried, where
Sure.
how we got the room, that kind of stuff. And once I find out that Sentinel was the one who not only dispatched the last enemy, but carried me on his back, I'm going to personally thank Sentinel, kind of walk over to him and let him know that I appreciate that because I thought I had died. So,
Of course, you know, I would do anything for this group.
it's good to know. I may not be to that level yet. My fight or flight doesn't seem to have much of a flight. So if our idea of survival was run, I'm not sure I'd be capable or willing to do so. But I will continue to fight with you.
Well, hopefully you don't get stabbed next time.
Or bleed out.
Well, sometimes I think that may be for the best.
We'll never know.
I usually try not to get stabbed too.
Only sometimes.
All right. So with that, everyone may take their long rest. You get all your spell slots back to full HP, and the day will begin fresh and new. And with that, why don't we go ahead and take our break?
Hey.
Were you gonna say something, Prince Safarin?
I was gonna say I would have walked over to Sentinel and I would have handed him, like, after like 2 hours when everyone was just kind of chilling because I can only do it for a certain amount. After 2 hours, I would have handed him my ring and then I would have gone inside it for my last 4 hours of my long rest.
There you go.
So I can
Perfect.
sleep in some place that's not gross.
It's your gorgeous home that you have in your ring. It's not this nasty
Mine.
shack.
You know, it is a lavish mansion inside.
Yes. The finest. All right, and with that, we'll do our break, and we'll be back in 10 minutes. How's that sound? So at 9:15. How about we back at 9:15?
15-ish.
Done deal.
All right.
We're
If you'll bring
back.
up-
Hello, we're back. Hi.
We're back in
Oh,
this
there we go.
house.
Lightbot works again. I fixed it. I figured out the problem. I was not
Every
going
single
to
person.
the correct thing. But we're good now. He works.
There you go, Nightbot.
Yeah, which means the commands work now. So now exclamation point kill count and VODs works.
Long rest time, homie.
That is
Yep,
not
you
a
guys
command.
you guys have all gotten long rests, so
Sleepy time.
that's
Feeling
great.
good.
Wish activated, baby. Here we go.
Yeah. Feeling good on a Wednesday.
Feeling good on a Wednesday.
Arthur and the
Oh.
boys.
Arthur and the boy. Wait a second.
Thrasher and the boys.
I love how the boys never got any sort of description. They're just the boys. It's,
It's
like
just
Dirty
the
Mike.
Just the
boys.
boys.
Dirty Mike and them boys. All right.
These lovely children.
I feel rested.
All right.
It's
You gonna-
lovely
you gonna get another
sons.
Christmas tune.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my music to work here. My thing is, yeah, my rhythm bot right now is
We've
I
just
put
entered
these-
into
I
Strahd.
put these in janky, and I didn't mean to put them in janky. All right, that should work now. There we go.
That's good enough.
Okay, so if you guys go back to Roll20, you'll see now you can view the world map.
Look at that.
You
We've
have
activated our
awoken.
plus.
Yep, you guys have awoken the next morning, and have arrived, or not arrived, but you're still at the Jagged Ore. Aster very quickly, upon you guys kind of waking, she's like, "Oh, you're up, yeah, you're up, great, okay. Is everyone ready? Are we all ready to go? This is gonna be great. This is gonna be so good. I'm so excited." Darian, you're pretty sure that Aster was just playing with your hair during the night.
That's creepy.
Is it like messed up or something?
It's a little tussled.
I'd be like, why? What's going on with my hair here?
Oh, nothing. It just looked a little messy, so I fixed it for you. Okay, let's go now.
Yeah, so you're making this
You're gonna-
difficult.
I was gonna say you're gonna see Arthur kind of roll and toss. Didn't look like he got too well of a night's sleep. Lots of tossing and turning, and kind of rubs his eyes, rolls his back, and so the story was, Aster, that you were kind of manhandled last night by somebody you didn't want touching you, right? How about we
Yes.
kind of make that a party rule where you don't touch anybody that doesn't want to be touched first?
Okay, I'm fine with that. That sounds great.
Great.
Great. Now, are we ready to go?
And you really want to get going, huh?
Well, I
Yes.
mean, my friend is kind
Oh,
of
the
stuck.
champion's stuck in a hole somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she got out of the hole.
The great champion of water. No,
I
wait,
would like to meet this champion of
the thing.
whatever this
High
place is.
water.
High water. There we go. I knew it had water in it.
You can teach her how
I
to
want-
fish, Prince.
Oh yes, I can now fish.
Cool. I've
I
gone
saw
fishing
you out
once.
there last night.
Did you catch anything?
Did you catch
cool?
anything?
I got a lot of water on my fishing hook.
Sounds like fishing to me.
Yeah. Sounds like.
You know what we should do? We should fish some waves and ride that to the holy city.
Okay.
Okay.
How does one do that?
It's a metaphor. We're gonna walk there. Fairies aren't very good at telling jokes, guys.
We can
Oh.
tell.
I see. Well, if we are going to walk,
Alright.
let us walk. If we must walk.
Well, Gertie's still. Did she stay at the inn at all?
No, she went. Eventually, her bodyguards came and got her.
So did we
And
get,
also,
like,
too, with-
confirmation that like the courier was reached and whatnot?
Well,
Before?
it's gonna take a couple days to get to Pragla. It's not an overnight.
Oh,
He's more or less saying that the courier like got there and came back alive.
like not the courier,
courier,
but
the guy who-
she
Oh,
sent.
Foggin, yeah,
That's
he
fine.
came back. He was with the guards when
Okay.
they picked Gertie back
Okay.
up.
He did not get
Yep.
jumped in the
So-
street.
And obviously, the
Interesting.
word is getting out of what's going on, so more people are getting. I wouldn't say like they're getting more riled up, but Gertie obviously has more people kind of coming to her aid or assistance.
To be fair, it seems like a great time to leave town because it's
Oh,
about to
yeah.
get very, very dramatic in here very fast. So
As long as you're all right with your conscience, is us leaving and then getting news that the eastern side of Bridgetown was slaughtered, and you'd be all right to sleep at night with that. I'm
no,
not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying, will you be able to sleep? Because that could be a
No.
possibility.
Is it not a normal civil action to kill each other for very silly reasons?
no.
I have known people who have done so, but it does not make it any less desensitizing or hard to bear, especially with somebody who has a conscience like our dear friend Darian here.
Ah. Well then. Darian is my guide here, so I will go if he says to go. And otherwise, I will stay here.
Darian, I didn't mean to make you worried. I didn't mean to bring up anything that was going to cause any drama. I'm just saying that's a very real possibility, just the way my mind thinks.
Yeah, no, I've considered it. I wish we could hear back from where the courier she sent out sooner. So I'm at a bit of an impasse.
You would know from Bridgetown to Pragla, it's gonna take roughly 6 or 7 days to get there.
We
And then
can
six-
talk to Gertie and ask her to hold off any marches until she gets the town guard from Pragla to intervene. If that would make you ease your conscience a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, let's go talk to Gertie real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before taking
Yeah.
off, you guys head off to Gertie's shack. Aster kind of is already starting towards the bridge, and then upon seeing you guys go in the opposite direction, she's like, "Guys, the bridge is this way."
We know.
Yeah, we just gotta check in on some stuff real quick.
Well, how long is that gonna take?
As long as it takes.
I don't like that answer. Oh, okay. And she kind of flutters back towards you guys.
You're very pushy.
Guys, make it to Gertie's shack. You can actually see her. She's outside. There's some like plants kind of out front that she's kind of tending to. She looks up. She's like, "Oh, hey, it's you guys. How's it going?"
Hey, Gertie, we have some business out of town, but I can't
Yeah,
in
of
good
course.
conscience just leave here knowing that shit's about to hit the fan. That doesn't work in this time.
Our friend Arthur thinks that you will all be slaughtered by the people on the other side of the nicer side of the bridge.
Well, I
And so
appreciate
Darian, who does not like that, is going to come here and make sure that you're okay. So if you were slaughtered, he will not feel as bad.
I appreciate the sentiment, but we're gonna be just fine. I promise you. I've got a whole bunch of people already aware. We're putting a plan together. We're waiting for the royal guard to come and a courier back from Pragla before we do anything. But don't worry, the word is getting out what we know, and the merchants are already showing a little bit of skittishness around us.
Well, then I've got a
Today-
job for you, Gertie.
All right.
Can you please put in a good old 1-2 on our good friend Diggerin, the jewelry merchant on the western side? He gave our good friend Darian and Prince Zephyrin the runaround last time we tried to talk to him, before we found out that they were all in cahoots to kill you. Just give him maybe a little bit more jabbing than the rest of them, and that let me
Consider
sleep
it
at night
done.
a little bit bad.
Oh,
Might find himself
if we-
falling headfirst into the lake, into the river.
if we are talking about punishment for people who were rude to me, I remember the god whose name is Alexander. He was not very nice, and I said I would remember. So, if you are handing out disciplinary actions to the higher grade slaves, please keep him in mind.
Of course, I've been reckoning me to whack him around a little bit myself, so that's not even a request you needed to make.
It is. Well, that seems wonderful, and I'm that cool to talk to Gertie.
All right.
Well,
So,
That
the
makes you
mind
feel-
ain't necessarily at ease, but
That make you
not much
feel
we can do
better,
now.
Darian.
it's not putting me 100% at ease. But there's not much we can do now. Plus, if a whole thing happens, how impactful are we going to be?
True.
Well,
I could probably get knocked unconscious again if you'd like to see that happen.
I mean, it was
It
funny
would
the
be
first
quite
time. I
interesting.
imagine it's just as funny the second time.
Yeah.
You are very good at being stabbed.
Thank you.
Well, for the great
I
pirate,
take
you're
credit-
not
I
too
take
great,
credit,
huh?
dude.
Okay, Aster. I guess we can.
oh,
go.
are we leaving now? Finally?
Sure.
Yes. All right. Let's go. And so to get to the holy city, so if you look at your map, you guys are here in Bridgetown, which I am highlighting with my little yellow cursor. Oh, you got east side, west side. Cross the bridge. The holy city is right here. Now you might say to yourself, why don't we just take the river down there? These cliffs are very high up. You'd have to scale the cliffs. It would be incredibly complicated. Generally speaking, to get to the holy city, you would go through the Forgotten Forest here, which is the way that Jayla and Aster went, which Aster has not kind of shut up about since you guys have left Bridgetown. Before we do leave Bridgetown, is there anything anyone wanted to buy before you leave?
I wouldn't mind getting a few more arrows. If there,
Okay.
I imagine there's a place to buy some arrows.
Yeah, there on the western side, there is a smithy where you could buy some arrows.
That's particularly anything I need.
Where is the arrow? Oh, ammunition, arrows. So for 1 gold, 1 gold Darian will net you 10 arrows. You notice it's a bit marked up here.
Can I haggle this guy?
Yeah, go ahead, give me a persuasion roll.
All right. Let's see. I'm not very charismatic. I gotta get used to that. 13.
Oh yeah.
He'll give you 12 for 1 gold.
All right, I'll take 12.
Okay. So you now have 12 extras.
Would,
Anything for anyone else?
Would Bridgetown have a supply or vendor of pistol ammunition, or no?
No, Bridgetown
so.
won't. Yep. You would need to probably go to Pragla or Igarith if you want to find something along those lines. Igarith, definitely.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on then. We good?
I'm good.
Beautiful. All right, so you guys make your way out of Bridgetown then, and you can begin making your way to the Forgotten Forest. So, as a reminder to you all and those new to our stream, how overland travel is going to work is each of you is going to roll me what's called an overland travel initiative. This will determine the order in which I will have you choose a skill that you will then use for your overland travel. So you would pick a skill like acrobatics. You would tell me, I'm going to use acrobatics to do this, and this is going to help us in our overland travel. I will have a number in mind depending on what you tell me. You roll that. If you beat it, you succeed. If the group gets more successes than failures, then you travel with no issues. If you get more failures than successes, it will cause a random encounter, most likely. You are not allowed to pick the same skill as someone else in a round. And once you personally have chosen the skill, you are not allowed to pick that skill again until either A, you've arrived at your destination, or B, you have got a random encounter started. So, let me grab a piece of paper here, which I don't have, so I'm going to open up a Word document, and
No.
give me your
Go on paper.
initiative. Arthur, what did you get?
Are we supposed to add our initiative bonus, our normal dex initiative bonus to our roll, or no?
For these ones, no, just so it'd be more random.
Okay, 16.
16? Anyone beat a 16?
Nope.
All right. 15. Well, okay. Brendan, what'd you get? Or I'm
14.
sorry, Darby, what'd you get? Okay. Anyone? Nope, because no one said 15. So anyone else get a 14?
Nope.
Yeah, 13.
All right. And then Sentinel and Prince of Farin, what did you guys get?
12.
11.
Oh wow.
Wow, you guys were
Okay.
all...
14,
Wow,
13,
did we just
12, 11.
Yeah.
Did we go up the
All
line?
right. Yeah, literally,
About-
it was, we missed
We said
15.
15, right?
No, we missed
14,
15,
13,
otherwise,
12,
yeah.
11.
Wow.
All right,
16,
Arthur,
That's crazy.
what skill are you going to use to assist in the overland travel?
I am going to use what I am best at, which is stealth. I'm going to try to take a stealthier route to avoid any, not only like dangers and maybe creatures that are on the way, but also interacting with any people who are traveling. Because again, me being a demon folk, when I used to travel alone, didn't really get along with people, even people who meant well. So, kind of steer away from.
Give me a roll then for that, for your stealth.
Ooh, that's not too bad. 14.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Darby, you're not.
Sorry, that's a 9, so that's even higher than that. So that's gonna be 17. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Thought it was a 6.
Darby, what skill do you choose?
Fortunately, the stuff that I'm very good at isn't super helpful here. So I'll do something that I'm decent with, which is perception, in order to try to maybe perceive dangers, try to help us stay away from it, such as wild animals.
Anything like that. Give me a roll.
Oh, that is 11.
Okay. Darian, what skill do you use?
I'm gonna go with.
I should also note that each round represents 1 day of travel. It's going to take about 5 days to get to the Forgotten Forest.
I am going to go with survival. Make sure that we set up camp in like a place that isn't going to be like, hey, there's people staying here with things you can rob.
Sure.
Take our stuff. It's free.
And that is going to be a 19.
Okay. Sentinel, what do you use?
I'm gonna use persuasion. I'm going to people along the trail that we've seen. I'm going to talk with them, and ask for some directions and some general guidance on how to go down the road.
Give me the roll.
17.
Okay, and finally, Prince Safarin.
I'm gonna use history. History check. As I have watched Sybil, though the time periods of when I've watched it is sort of random to all of you. If there was like a landmark or something that we were to cross would be around, I would kind of be like, oh hey, I remember that place. That's like this instead of that.
Nice.
I got a 13.
13. Okay. So you guys travel for the day, and you encounter nothing out of the ordinary. As stated, Arthur kind of finds a stealthier path early in the morning that might keep you away from some of the early morning hobblings that might come out and attempt to rob you. Darby, you in the afternoon were able to kind of perceive that some of the trees that you were seeing them shake a little bit, so that you could tell that there was something up in them. So you kind of diverted your path a little bit there. Guys were able to do what you did, and finally, Darian, you were able to find them a decent camping spot for the night where you are able to sleep without issue.
Nice.
Darby.
Oh boy.
It is the middle of the night.
Oh.
It's about 2 a.m. roughly, so everyone's asleep. I guess I should ask, you guys are keeping a watch, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Prince of Farn's like, nope, I'm in my ring.
He's sleeping. He's straight sleeping.
Okay. Who starts to watch?
Well, I'm an elf, so I don't need to sleep for the whole duration. I only need 4 for the trance, so... One of you guys wants to start sleeping, or whatever?
I found the spot, so I'll keep first watch.
So you'll take second then, Darby?
Yeah, I'll take second.
Okay. So Darby, during your second watch, about an hour in, you're kind of just sitting there. The fire's very low, it's like some embers. And you begin to hear a sort of swirling like sound, almost like waves or wind being kicked up behind you. And you immediately look behind you and see a mist-covered door seemingly floating out of nowhere. It has appeared in your camp. Large magical lit sign floats overhead. It reads Gamar's Showcase.
Oh.
And the vestige of a hand points down at the door, wagging its index finger at it.
Well, guess it's time. I'm gonna go in the door.
Do you wake the rest of your party or no?
No.
Okay. So everyone else is asleep. So you enter, Darby. And I would normally say that you have never quite seen anything like this before, but you have. You see a massive room with multiple fabric-lined tables, each present with a game master. All manner of games are being played, from cards to dice to roulette. This is no backwoods tavern either. The walls are ornately decorated with golden busts of demon folk. Large portraits of what look to be a similar man hang between them. A cloud of smoke has gathered at the ceiling. The carpet-lined floors are soft to walk on. Each of the tables is loaded with patrons of all different races. Most appear to be of a high social class, dressed in fine clothes only the richest could afford. The waitresses are carrying trays filled with different foods and drinks, dressed in short dresses. Something you would not expect to see out apart from this place. At the table in the center of a room, a garishly dressed demon folk plays a card game. A crowd has gathered around and lets out a loud cheer. You hear him say, "That's a royal flush if I've ever seen one. Can I get a hello? Can I get a cheer? Can I get a gamma? Is wonderful. Wonderful."
Oh, it's wonderful.
Oh! Now that's a noise I like to hear. That's a voice. A voice beckons my ear. Does it beckon everyone else's ear? Why, it does. It's Darby Lyondell. My friend, come to me. Come to me. And if you're interested in what this gentleman looks like,
Ooh.
I will show him to you as well.
Ooh, look at him. Oh, he's fancy.
Ooh,
He's got
look
birds.
at that shirt.
Hey, look at this
He
man.
has he does have
Birds.
2 white birds that kind of like fly and flutter around on him and sit on his shoulders.
Ooh, birds.
Hello,
Exactly.
Darby. It's so good to see you. It's been, I don't know how long. You know how time works in here. I don't know when yesterday started and tomorrow begins and 12 years begins and 14 years ago ends. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We're
Good,
some
good,
interesting
good,
stuff
good.
has been going on.
Yes, about that interesting stuff. I had a little bird, this one right here, tell me that you had a bit of money coming to you. Now, you know what our arrangement is.
I know.
So I figured I'd pop on by because I'm getting low on chips here. And I've got a heater right now. I'm on a hot streak in this poker game. And I'm gonna strip that noble of everything he's worth, right down to a barrel.
It would be quite funny to see.
Hilarious. I've done it to 5 tonight already. So what do you got? What do you got? Show me there, lad. Show me.
Well, we've got a decent chunk.
All right. Put it on the table. What are you waiting for?
I gotta remember what the cut is.
20%.
20%. Okay. I thought so. So I got to pull up a calculator. Because I need to
One
find
sec,
out
let me get my abacus out.
Yeah, Darby just pulls out his abacus. He just pulls out cards. He uses the cards for his abacus, because of course he does. How much money do I got? Oh god, that's gonna be a decent chunk, huh? So he's getting 8 gold and 24 copper out of me.
All right. So you take out 8 gold, 24 copper. You set it on the table, and Gamar immediately snaps his finger, and one of the waitresses comes up, collects the money, puts it on a tray, and walks off. Another one, Darby, offers you a cocktail.
I'll take it. Why not? I'm here.
It's a weird blend that you've never quite tasted before. Gamar's special. Well, let's see here. Not a ton today, Darby. I'm a little disappointed. What happened to all your high rolling? What happened to all the money you were gonna make me?
Well, the town we were in wasn't too well off. A lot of people weren't.
Where you been skulking around? Icarus, where the money is. Pragula's where the money is. What are you, in some backwoods, piss-ass little place?
A little bit, yeah. It's called Bridgetown. I don't know if you've ever.
Oh,
heard it.
Bridgetown! Yeah. I've known some of the merchants there in Bridgetown. Fucked one of their wives one time. It was wonderful.
Great.
So, well, till next time, I guess. Feel free if you'd like to play a game or two. You're more than welcome to, or your friends might be waiting for you. Well, not really. Time doesn't quite matter here, but that's up to you, my friend.
Do I know, like, actually, the time doesn't really flow the same in here?
Yes, you would know that from being here a few times.
Like, roughly, how long would be, I don't know, like 5 minutes?
No, how long? No time. Literally, you step out, and it is the second you entered.
I'll play a few rounds. Why not? I'm here.
All right.
He brought me.
There are.
I'll buy.
Go ahead and do what you did last time. There is poker, there's blackjack, there's roulette, and there's liar's dice that you can play.
Ooh, liar's dice. That's fun. I'll just stick with the cards for now. I'll do some poker.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a d20 roll.
20. Ooh. All right then. Am I adding anything to this?
Are you? Well, are you cheating at all?
Is that even a question?
You may add your sleight of hand to it, but you have it at advantage. What's your roll?
So I have the sleight of hand at advantage.
No, sleight of hand is normal. The gamble roll is at advantage.
It's a 15 on the sleight of hand, and then the 100 is a with advantage. It's originally 60, so 63.
All right, one sec.
A little bit sooner than I expected.
You even cheating, you managed to lose.
Dang.
So the buy-in here,
stakes.
yeah, buy-in here is 10 gold.
Yeah, 10 gold. Man, I'll kind of motion to Gamar before I head out and be like, man, you're really people in here are starting to get a little good.
Better luck next time, Darby.
Yeah.
You'll get them. You always do. You always bring me the moolah.
Oh yeah. We'll see what we can get later.
One thing you do know too, Darby, about this place is there's actually no way out unless Gamar lets you out. So only then, upon telling him you want to leave, does a door that lets you leave appear.
And I will tell him, right? You know, little rough today. You know, I think I'll, a little tired. I'll take the break, finish what I was doing. I'll come back, in our next meeting.
Good luck to you, Darby. See you soon, real soon.
I will head out the door.
And you are back at the camp as if no time has passed.
Man, it's always too soon with him.
We will finish the long rest and be on to the next day. So, Arthur, we're back to traveling. What skill would you like to use?
Okay, so can I reuse skills that were used the day before, or no? That's gotta be.
You may reuse skills the day before that wasn't the skill you used. So you can't use
I
stealth.
specifically used. Okay.
Yes.
I will. I'm going to use acrobatics. I'm going to try to use it in a way to where I can help scout the party from higher ground, get to areas that maybe the rest of the party can't get to, see which way to travel is best, and kind of see before us if anybody's coming.
Go ahead.
That's going to be 22.
Okay. Darby, you're next.
So I used perception. So this time I'll use investigation to make sure there's no tracks or any traps or anything like that in our path.
Okay.
It's a trap.
Oh, that's bad. That's a 6.
Okay, that is
Not-
a 6.
Not very good.
Darian.
All right. I'll pull out the old perception check here. Making sure that there's nothing dubious in our path.
Okay.
And that'll be a 17.
Okay. Sentinel.
I'll do a survival check. I will look for tracks of animals or whatever,
Okay.
of people who've passed by.
Go ahead.
An 8.
An 8.
Yep, I haven't really been too far out of order, so.
All right.
Okay.
And Prince Safarin, you're next.
I am going to do animal handling.
Okay.
If there's, even though I can't talk to any of them, which is still frustrating me greatly, I'm going to try that, and I
Okay.
got a 4. So again,
All
Still
right.
very frustrated.
It's very
As you
frustrating.
so you guys are definitely traveling along, and while you are out on one of the wooded paths, you will have an encounter.
That's funny.
Fun encounter, I hope.
Yeah.
It's an encounter, that's for sure.
Couple
Let's
of merchants
see
will
what
rise.
kind-
Arthur,
That'd be great.
stab magnet.
Is it Stanley?
Arthur,
It's
Stanley's
Oh god.
Stanley's magical items.
Stanley's. It's not
Yes.
Stanley's magical
Oh.
items, unfortunately.
Dang, unfortunate. Well, I was really hoping it'd be Stanley or Stan the Man.
I want a level of detection.
I mean, I would like the Rod of Fishing. It's a pretty good item.
I have the rod of fishing.
Hey, if this is a Pokemon game, you'd have to get like halfway through the game to get a rod of fishing.
That's true. It was nice that we got the fishing side quest done right away.
Yep. There you go.
All the magic carps you can handle.
Prince Safarin has a fishing stick.
Oh, what was it? The
Copper
Ring of
has
Fire Detection?
zoomies.
Is that another one? The Ring of Fire Detection?
All
The-
cats.
When
get
you
the
stick it to
zoomies.
fire, it'll tell you if it's hot by dealing a damage to you.
Yep.
Something like that.
The rock of detection is my favorite because it detects planes. Because if you drop it on the ground, it'll tell you what plane the ground is shifted in. It detects gravity. If you drop it, you realize gravity is there. It detects heat, which just like you place it in a fire, and if it gets hot, it detects cold.
Stone.
All right. As you guys are traveling, you hear a loud blare of a trumpet. As you look to your left, you see a Gorg-like creature with a horn blowing. He is a hunter, a blood hunter, essentially. They generally stalk people on the road and hunt them for sport, kind of like Predator in a way. He stands upon this kind of rock face here and bares his horn and snarls at you. And with that, I'm going to have everyone roll me initiative.
Oh, boy.
Ethan.
Yes.
Due to my background, would I recognize this horn?
Yeah, it's a typical I mean it's like a typical horn that you would hear these type of creatures use. It's made out of like a tusk of like some type of creature. Bone horn.
Oh, did you say grog?
Gorg. Like a
Oh.
Orc, like an orc.
Okay.
let me grab some musica here.
Good thing I speak Gorg, boys.
Ooh.
Oh, he speak the Gorg. I do not. I
I
speak.
speak the Gorg, and I also
Cool.
like Gorg.
I speak the shady languages like Undercommon. Also Sylvan.
Can you guys see the thing in roll 20 here?
The
Yes.
turn order?
The
or-
initiative tracker? Yeah, the
Yeah,
tracker.
nobody's on it,
Yeah,
though.
there's nothing on it, but it's there.
All right, give me 1 second. I will add you guys to it.
Oh, Astra's there. Look all small.
Yep, Aster is
I
there.
didn't realize that.
Yep, you guys may go ahead
Oh,
and
that's its
enter in
actual
your.
size. Oh, we got a tie. That's good. Jesus, Darian, calm down.
Sorry, my +8 to initiative.
I
Oh,
know.
dang, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, his alert beat. Oh, dang, 21. My god, bro.
Oh, Sentinel making me look bad. So
This
is
is-
Aster.
That's some speedy boys.
Beady boys.
Beady boys.
Here, I thought my dex was like okay.
I know.
I only have a
Anyways.
+2. I just rolled a 19.
Oh, I got a +4.
Is that a first for you? Nick rolled a
Alright.
19.
Oh my god, he
Yeah,
rolled
I know,
well.
rolling nice.
Yep. So you can see that the creature has, or the Gorg has a great axe and several javelins on his back. He lets out a loud hurrah as he begins to charge your way. But Sentinel, what's your dex?
It is 15.
+2, so.
Okay, so Aster will go first. So Aster kind of looks over and she's like, what is that?
We're getting attacked by Gorgs. Don't worry about it. We'll sort
Oh.
this out.
Oh, this is exciting. This is like when I'm hanging out with Jayla. Oh, you big bird. Go and peck its face in or something like that. Yeah, go and peck its face in real hard. And you, Sentinel, are going to receive fairy inspiration.
Ooh.
She's a
So fairy
bard.
inspiration. Yeah, so fairy inspiration works similar to bardic inspiration, where you may add a d6 roll to either an attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check, and it lasts 10 minutes.
Ooh.
Nice.
And then after is going to go 5, 10, and stay there. Sentinel, you are next. And actually, I will mark you to let you know that you have fairy inspiration.
Nice.
Fairy inspiration.
Unfortunately, he was away from him. So.
I'm gonna call out to him and say, and in Gorg, I'm gonna yell out, "Fellow Gorg, brother, how are you? It is me, Sentinel."
Bird speaks my language. What say you, giant bird? You here for the hunt? You here for the bloodshed?
I mean, I'm always down for a hunt. I'm always down for some bloodshed.
Perfect. That's what I'm here for. Prepare yourself to die.
Me?
Yes, it is a blood hunt.
I mean, we could hunt for some sand beasts, you know.
There is no sand here. There is only you who I see before you, and the blood hunt is nigh.
If that is what you want, then that is what it shall be. And then
So one thing from your background, Sentinel, being raised by Gorgs.
Yeah.
The blood hunt isn't generally one of those things that most Gorgs do. It's a very select few from a very select tribe. And they generally go out into Elyssia proper or into the Vanatier Peninsula away from the deserts. And they essentially just hunt whoever they can get a hold of. They're almost like wandering marauders. They're generally looked down upon by the other tribes.
Okay.
Battle music's dope.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
Matt did an awesome job finding tracks.
then I am going to. Yeah, well.
Yeah, they're wrestling in the background. Just ignore that.
Out of the corner of my eye, see
They
the
heard
orbs
the
go
battle
off.
music, so.
Yeah.
They're having their own fight.
I'm gonna head this way, and then Sentinel is going to toss a javelin at this guy.
He just picks it up with his beak and throws
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. He has like a little like compartment under his wings that
Takes his wing
And
up,
he just
grabs it, chucks it.
he like lifts up his wing and then he like grabs with his beak and like tosses it out there.
I love it.
Oh, I love it. Okay,
Giant
give me.
chicken.
What is the range on the javelins?
60?
30.
Well,
30,
so I'm gonna
120.
30, 120. So I probably
So
should.
you'll be at disadvantage for this.
Okay,
Would you prefer to move closer?
that's
so you're
what I
regular, or
I
are you
think
okay?
I think I'm going to.
Okay.
I can just imagine Sentinel just flipping ass over tea kettle to whip this javelin at him from his beak. Just
Okay, so we're gonna go. So it's 30 feet. Yeah, we'll head right over there.
Is he like here? I think, right? Maybe here.
Yeah, so
You
that's
can
like
easily get within 30 feet of him. No problem. From where you were.
there we go. Cool. So let's toss this. Oh wow, I am rolling nice for the first. A 24.
That will hit.
nice.
That will hit.
Because I kill count.
For 6 damage.
Sentinel's like,
Okay,
I'm ready
so-
for the blood hunt, baby.
The blood hunt.
Yep, so Sentinel, you grab your javelin and you chuck it, and it flies through the air and stabs the Gorg in the side. He kind of knocks away the wood and snarls as he draws his great axe and points it at you. Anything else for you, Sentinel?
That's it.
All right, Darian, you are next.
All right, Darian is going to walk up to about here, and he's gonna knock an arrow into his bow, draw it back, and yell out, also in Gorg, I didn't stand up for the Gorgs of Dorder for this bullshit. Stand down or die. And I'm going to ready an action where if he makes any aggressive move towards anybody in the party, I'll let loose an arrow.
Okay. As you say that to him, Darian, it snarls at you and goes, "Ah, the man speaks like me. I'd like to let you know that I've skinned a few from dolt to myself, fresh from the bone cleaved." And he... Is that anything else for you, Darian?
No, just a ready to action.
All right. So he is going to move 1, so go ahead and take your shot.
All right. That'll be a... Oh, wow. It was 1 away from a nat 20. That'll be a 24 to hit.
That will hit him.
And we will do 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay, so as the Gorg charges forward, you loose an arrow, Darian, and he's just running, and it just sticks him right in the shoulder. It goes all the way through his shoulder, and with his great axe up, he still just keeps charging forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And he is going to take a great axe swing at you, Sentinel.
Perfect.
That will probably miss. That is going to be an 8.
Yep, that misses.
He is then going to use his bonus action to aggressively move towards Darian. 5, 10, 15, 20. Sentinel, you get an opportunity of attack.
If you so choose to take it.
That is a 17.
That will miss him, unfortunately. As you go to peck him,
Wow.
It bounces off of his plate armor as he charges forward towards Darian and takes a second swing from his great axe.
Rude.
That is a 22.
That'll hit.
Oh no.
13 damage.
Oh no!
I am
This dude is
unconscious.
stacked.
So he just runs up and he just winds up and smashes you right in the gut, and you fly backwards. You kind of use your bow to lessen some of the blow so it doesn't immediately come ripping right through you, but you topple down on your back, Darian. Darby, you are next.
I don't know what these guys have been saying to you, but it's very clear you're not friend. And Darby will run over behind the tree to try to get a little bit of cover, and he will huck a card at the big old Gorg man.
Okay.
Hopefully it's better than a 17. That's crazy. It is better than a 17. That's a 21.
That will hit him.
For a big whopping 4 force damage.
All right. So you pull a card out and you flick it at him. It sails past Darian's unconscious body and strikes the Gorg in the chest. A bit of like greenish magic, force magic, kind of brushes over his chest. But he brushes it off and brandishes the axe at you, Darby. What would you like? What else would you like to do?
I'm chilling. I got no bonus actions to take, so I'm just
All right.
here.
Prince Safarin, you are next.
Yo. So Prince of Far just watching one shot. The guy who's supposed to be like
Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
care of me. So I think I'm gonna do what I would normally do. I think I would go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 over to the left here. And then I would levitate myself 20 feet into the air.
Okay.
So just run across and then just leap into the air.
Okay.
Flying.
Is your levitate a spell?
It is a spell-like ability.
Okay, it's a spell like ability. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's something I can do as an air gymnastic.
Cool.
Yep.
Let
So,
me add a little thing to indicate that you're flying. Is that your whole action to the?
That
do
is
the
my
flight?
asthma. It is an action to do it.
Understood. Okay.
Yep.
Is
So
there a cool
that
little?
is
You're gonna get a little strong, man. That means you're flying. It kind of looks like Superman. Anything
Nice.
else for you?
I do
Bring
not
far.
believe I have a bonus action stuff right
All right,
I don't
Arthur,
have
you're
any.
next then.
Okay, so I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then I am going to shoot at the Gorg with one of my pistols.
All right, so you pull your pistol, Arthur.
That is a 19.
That will hit him.
Nice.
now. Nice.
Alright, D10.
Yeah.
Where are you, D10? Where are you? There we go. Ooh, nice. That's going to be 13.
13 damage.
Yeah.
All right. So you pull your pistol out and you cock it and fire it, and it strikes the Gorg. It pierces right through his plate armor and blows out his backside. He stumbles back, but still remains on his feet and snarls.
Okay, I'm going to take my last 5 bit of movement and move there.
Okay. So Astra's going to go next, and upon seeing Darian drop, she's going to be like, "Oh no, my Darian! You, blue-haired elf man, you kick his ass!" And you now have fairy inspiration as well, Darby.
Thanks. What do you want me to do?
And Aster is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20 and hide behind the tree. And as she's behind the tree, she's going to be like, "Get him! Get him! You can get him! Go get him, blue-haired elf boy!"
I'll do what I can.
Sentinel, you are next.
All right, so Sentinel is going to run up and in seeing Darian go down, going to go in a fit of rage.
Rage.
Man,
Chicken rage.
You like to rage
Chicken
the
rage.
moment people go
Chicken
down.
rage.
That's twice, like 2 for 2.
Yeah. I mean, who would have thought we would just have people going down left and right here?
I wasn't expecting it either.
So what does the fairy inspiration do again?
You can get a D6 to an attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check.
Okay. So this is 18.
18 will hit him.
This is what I rolled. Okay. And then I will add this to the attack roll. Some fairy inspiration.
Oh, so it's not the damage, it's adding
Oh.
the hit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha. Oh, nice. Wow. This is unlike. This is a new day, boys.
Maybe marketing was always your class. You just had to
Yeah.
unlock it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Don't
I
forget
tried
to add your
to be
range bonus
finesse,
as
but-
well.
Yeah. So that is a 17.
17 damage?
Damage.
How would you
Is
like to
max
kill him?
damage. Ah! Yes. All right. So
Oh,
we'll do
man.
the the tip end of my beak axe. It's just gonna I'm gonna look at Darian and go, I guess I do have a pecking problem, and then just keep pecking at him.
Yeah, so he's kind of facing he's kind of standing over Darian, facing Darby. He's ready to charge Darby. He starts to run, and you just charge up from behind and just begin bashing your beak into his back until just his whole back is just covered in blood. His plate armor is ripped apart like you took a can opener to a can, and he topples over dead.
Wow.
Nice.
Well,
Huh.
I think we've learned to not fight these again for a while.
That would be ideal.
Yeah.
Is everyone okay?
Darian's
Doesn't
not.
look like Darian, is it?
Yeah.
Yes, Darian, please give me a death saving throw.
Whatever he said to that Gorg, it did not appreciate.
No, it
13.
did not.
That is a success for you.
Hey, Aster, I don't suppose you're any good at helping people out like that, bringing them up?
I don't have any healing magic, if that's what you're asking.
Alright, well,
Of course you don't.
I could try and do some. Oh, you know what? Oh man, I was gonna say I could do a medicine check, but I've literally never encountered any ever being in pain before. So I wouldn't know what to do about it.
Well,
I'll go over there. I'll try and what is
Alright.
it called? Not sustain
No,
it.
it's-
but,
Yeah, you'll
save
sustain
lives.
him.
Thank you. Thank
Save
you.
lives. Yep. So give me a medicine check.
My medicine checks amount to just pouring rum on it. That's gonna be a 14.
All right. So after
That's
pulling
enough,
some rum out, you kind of patch up Darian's stomach wound, and Darian, you will be unconscious for 3 hours. I rolled another 3.
All right.
So now I get to see how
we
this
know
works
the
from the other
plan.
side.
We know the plan. Strap over the
Yes, you
sentinel
do.
and
Alright,
let's keep
well,
rolling.
before we leave,
I'm gonna clean up his
What?
clothes.
does the Gorg have?
Yeah. And then
What does the Gorg have?
also, before we find any equipment on him, I am shamelessly going to see if my bullet splintered within him or if it is still whole and intact and can be used again.
It shot out the backside of him.
Oh, okay. Could I
Rip that-
use
right.
a perception, investigation, and/or survival check to see if I can find it?
No, it is. Dang it! I got my dice.
So what is what is a bullet? I'm sorry. We have guns. What constitutes a bullet?
Generally it'll be a small, round, like Smith object.
A
Like
very
a bow
muskety type pistol. It's all. This is not like a
Split
small.
lock kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
gonna say like if you stayed by me, we'll talk about this later. If you stayed by me, I can just press the
Yeah, I could
digitation
too.
you a bullet,
Oh,
but it
well,
only
okay.
lasts to the end of my turn.
Yeah,
so
probably
I
would.
wouldn't actually be
Yeah.
able to use on it.
You guys, after searching the Gorg, you find that he has a great axe, and you find that he has 3 javelins and 16 silver pieces on him.
Hey, Sentinel, you want some javelins?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There's 3. 16 silver. Well, that doesn't.
He didn't have a lot of money on him.
No, he didn't.
So-
Thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, who's picking up the money? I guess.
Well, it's about 3 apiece, and I'll take an extra one.
Well, that's fine, I guess.
Oh, wonderful!
Say that.
More of these fancy rocks. that
And
you
I'll
have
stuff
decided
the 3
to-
pieces of silver in one of Darian's pockets as well. So
Sweet.
he gets those as well.
All right.
Yay.
That'll be carried with the
More
battle
money.
axe.
And then I'm gonna ask Prince Safarin to clean Darian up a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, I would do that 100% because it's sad because
Yep.
his clothes are gonna get
Yep, clean off the blood on his
all of
clothes.
blood.
So you guys travel for another little longer. Darian, you will wake up because you travel for a little longer than 3 hours. You guys manage to find and make camp.
Only day 2.
Day 2.
We got 3
Yep.
more to go.
Yep. Fortunately, everything resets, so you can use old skills that you had previously used. The night goes on without a hitch, and it's the next morning. Arthur, what skill would you like to use?
So I can't use acrobatics and I can't use stealth.
You can
No, you
because a
can.
random encounter did happen. So
Ooh,
it
everything
resets
resets.
once a random encounter
Alright.
happens.
Going back to stealth, baby.
There you go.
18.
Okay. Darby.
I do intimidation. I'm very good at that.
What are you intimidating?
If there's any like creatures that try to come up, like another Gorg or any like wild animals,
Okay.
I'll try to just scare them off.
I'm
Okay.
gonna yell at the trees.
Yeah, I'm gonna yell at the trees. Yeah, get out of here!
Don't be mean, trees.
Get away from me! That's a 22.
Okay.
Very scary.
Darian.
All right. When I wake up, I'm in my groggy state, going to be very standoffish, mumbling something about how I thought I understood Gorgs. But for travel here, I'm going to be looking at survival again. Pretty much the same reasoning, making sure that we're making camp in a safe spot, but also making note of frequently traveled paths at this point. Kind of opting for the path less traveled after our little run-in with the Gorg there.
Okay.
Oh, God. I just rolled a 1, so that's going to be...
That's a fail.
Yeah, that's a
Technically,
fail.
it's an ability. Technically, it's an
six
ability
total.
check, so you still get your modifiers. But
It's a 6
all right.
total.
6 total. Okay.
I mean, if it was
Wrong
a
six,
DC
no.
5...
I am going to use nature. I'm lay of the land. Some study that I had in my youth, and that's a 3.
Okay. So you're just like
Yeah.
the
Somebody
tree.
has to die.
This
For
is
you
not
to-
sand.
Prince Safarin, you are next.
I'm gonna use athletics
Okay.
to lift something heavy and move it out of the way.
Okay.
Big tree in the way.
That is a 2.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Did we short rest at all in this travel?
You did. You long rested.
Yeah,
You guys
we got a long
spent
rest.
the
Oh,
night
okay,
somewhere.
okay.
See how that works is since we're not in an RP heavy city. When you get knocked unconscious, you're not unconscious for the half the session. Where I had to sit
You're
there.
unconscious for 15
You
seconds.
guys finally say you were gonna rest.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Ethan's face is not good right
Oh god, is it
Here
Gorg?
we go.
Is it 2 Gorgs? Did we scale up?
It's not. It's
legal.
not.
It's a dragon encounter.
Is it a
Frederick's
jackal?
in McFeltonsburg, but it's the alternate timeline when we're evil.
Yep.
It's 3 Gorgs.
It's the real.
It's 3 Gorgs and their child baby Gorg. Making it 3.5.
It's Mecha Gorg.
They have a tank.
All right, as you guys are you're approaching a river that kind of runs through, and there's a relatively shoddy stone bridge that you kind of step across. And as you approach it, you see a large collection of hoblings, which would be essentially this world's goblins. And they have a pack of wild wolves with them that they're almost treating like dogs. And there is a fair number of them, and I will show that to you in just a second once I get everything set up here.
I also speak Goblin.
What languages do you
Oh,
speak?
wow.
Well, it worked out really well for you last time. You might
Yeah.
as well let him know who's boss.
I
He
speak.
singled you out. I was just to have a conversation with you. Like, what did you say to that Gorg
Yeah.
that it passed up Sentinel to come after you?
I stood up for some Gorgs in Dorter, and I told him I didn't stand up for the Gorgs in Dorter for this kind of bullshit, and that he should stop or die.
Very standoffish.
Gorg,
That'll get it.
Keep my mouth shut from now on. That's
Okay.
for
So,
sure.
so like I said, you've arrived at this river
This
here
is
with this
nice.
bridge,
Oh.
and this large collection of hoblings and their kind of like wolf party are walking on the other side. They have not noticed you yet.
I think we hide out if they're gonna walk right on by. Are they walking in our direction?
They are planning on crossing the bridge. Yes.
Ooh, there's not really a lot to
I was
hide
gonna
behind
say
over here.
hello.
Yeah,
I
there's
was gonna say hello to these new people.
No,
Oh boy.
no,
Definitely.
no.
Prince
I'm
Safarin,
going
would you
to-
like to
We are
approach and say
not letting
hello?
him walk forward. That's for sure.
I will walk
wouldn't
with Prince
understand
Safarin.
Wait, hold on. So wait, hoblings, have they been around for a long time?
Oh yeah. They're like any of the races and stuff. They've been around. If
Can
you've
I
seen
do
them
Can I do a history check to
Yeah,
see if I would
please.
know if they're not intelligent creatures?
yeah, please
I got
go
a
ahead.
16.
16. So you'd know that hoblins are of lesser intelligence, generally. There could be some smart ones, but for the most part, they're like steal, kill, swear, those type of things.
Okay. So they're just kind of like
Kill, destroy,
"Alright,
swag.
I understand. I've seen
Kill
these.
destroy swag. From my perspective, is this? Bro, I know it's shown here on the map. I want to make sure this is a one person at a time type bridge, correct? This is not. They can't
Yes.
stand side by side. Okay.
Correct. They will have to cross.
Is the grass we are standing in pretty high, or is it like trimmed
No,
grass?
it's like matted down from people
Okay.
generally walking.
You couldn't like
So,
go
like,
prone and hide in it. Is what I'm asking.
Yeah, it's not quite that tall.
Well then, are these like pretty tall? Then these two stone
Yes,
pillars.
those are immensely tall. They go up a good 10 feet.
I'm going to attempt to hide behind this one.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do
give me
that.
give me a stealth roll.
That's going to be 23.
Okay. Everyone roll me initiative real quick.
Makes sense.
Finally.
Even better this time.
Uh-oh, I lost the initiative counter.
It's not on
Oh
there.
yeah,
Here we go.
sorry, I took it off. I forgot I did that so it wasn't distracting me. What? No. Bad.
Bad roll, Tony. Yeah,
There
I
you
like
go.
this
Your
idea of
turns are added.
hide behind the things and see if we can get them to leave. If not, then
Well,
let them
say
go down.
It's one across. Like they
Yeah.
can have 50 people, but they're only going to be able to attack us one at a time if we can get.
Oh my god.
Get
Yeah,
them
I
all
think we can try to pick them off one at a time, and when they get across the bridge, then you and whoever else wants to hide behind that other pillar jump out, and we got surprise on them. I like that idea.
As far as the river, how like is it like definitely you can't walk through that?
No, you could walk through it. It's probably like waist high.
So it would cover the hoplings then, though. Right?
Yes, it would cover them. You could technically go in the water and like go under it if you wanted to.
Unfortunately, I'm not a lizard folk anymore, so I can't breathe for 10 minutes.
So Aster is gonna go next, and she's gonna
15 minutes.
flutter right over with you, and she's going to attempt to hide also. Okay. She's just gonna fly up next to you, Arthur, and be like, "This is so exciting. We're." Oh, okay. Sorry. Shh. This is so exciting. I've never had this much fun before. Actually, I have. Jayla and I've done this before. It's a lot of fun. All right, Sentinel, you're next.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I also am going to attempt to hide.
Give me a stealth roll. You are a large bird, so this will be interesting.
I mean,
Technically, you're a
big
medium
pillar.
creature.
What is this? 21. I just keep
What?
rolling
All right,
over
Nick's
and
having
over
the
again.
greatest rolling
I
dice.
like it. My dice is stuck on 19 for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Oh,
Darby.
baby.
Well,
Darby, you are next.
I don't really want to get.
Sucks in his plumage, and all of a sudden it becomes really skinny.
Yep. It's a technique that I learned in the hunts.
He can pull up like all the feathers, and he's got these really scrawny legs.
I'll just move like 20-ish feet over here, and just kind of ready in action. I'll kind of flick the hand, pull the ace of spades out, and I'll just be ready to throw it at the first thing to start crossing the bridge.
Okay. So you're gonna attack whatever is the first thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when they start crossing
will-
the bridge, or when they successfully cross.
Well,
the
they're like
bridge? 'Cause that
halfway.
definitely be good.
About halfway, I'll start chucking.
So I just
Like here.
wrote one down to account for everyone here, just so I wasn't doing everyone individually. So the dogs are going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm assuming you're shooting at one of these things here.
Yeah, when
Like
I
this
just
one
about
right in front?
there, I'll huck the card.
All right. One sec. Let me get these guys laid out how they would be then.
Before you do that, and you're about to ready this action, I'm gonna be like, dude, they're just walking.
Yes, that's true.
They haven't
Yeah.
been aggressive towards us.
But it's too late now.
Well,
Yeah, I will let you call the action off if you want.
yeah,
You just
I'll
lost your
call it off for
reaction.
now. see how they act, because they're not like all the way there.
Prince Safarin, you are next.
I'm gonna click on something. I don't know if you can see it.
If you click and hold, I should be able to.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You have to click and hold.
Yeah, like,
Yes.
oh, I have
yes.
the
This thing, like this thing right here. Boop boop boop.
Yeah.
That stone. How much does that weigh?
How much does it weigh?
Yeah.
This one right here.
No, this one.
So, like bridge.
The one that's
Oh.
like in the middle of the path here. Yeah.
Oh, the bridge stone? Very heavy. I mean, they're like big stone slabs.
Like 500 pounds or more.
I don't know. Yeah, 500 pounds probably sounds about right.
Dope. Levitation on that freaking thing. It's gonna go 20 feet up in the air, creating a space between them and us.
All right, so the stone immediately lifts into the air. You watch as the waters rush in, and the hobblings stop immediately, and they're like, "What? What is that? It's flying! Look, it's flying!"
Yeah.
And the one leader in the back is like, "What do you mean it's flying? It's not flying! Oh my God, it's flying! When did stones fly? I don't know when stones fly. I've never seen stones fly before. This is insane! What is happening? It's a sign! It's a sign! El Polo Diablo is coming to get us! We must flee! We must flee! And the hobblings immediately turn tail and run in the opposite direction.
Oh, look at that.
Huh.
I just kind of just lifted up with my air, my ability to control the air.
Because Sentinel like pops out from behind the rocks as they're running away, and he just starts like cawing and like lifting up his wings. And he's like, "El Pollo Diablo is coming after."
What?
Okay, well, after a few minutes, after I see them like disappear over the distance, I'll just put it back down.
Yeah, the stone just drops down. It begins to part the wires again as it sticks back into place.
And
I'll give Prince a little pat on the shoulder and go, "Nice move."
Yes, it is actually quite easy to do this. Can you not control your environment?
No.
It would make sense because you are all so hungry and thirsty all the time. You cannot just tell things to feed you or move for things.
This is true.
Well, it is much harder here than it is back home. That I will say. Oof, I am done for the day. It took all of my energy just to move it up.
Few more hours of traveling, it'll be about time to make camp again. So you guys, if you guys are ready to leave, you can cross over the stone bridge and begin making your way, making camp for the night.
Good deal.
I'm happy with
All
that.
right,
That
it is
helps.
the fourth day now.
therefore,
Arthur, a
Yeah.
random encounter happens, so everything resets again.
You know what I'm choosing then. We're going with stealth again, baby.
Now,
oh,
I love we had 2 random encounters in a row.
Yeah.
Stealth, baby.
That's 19.
All right, Darby.
Stealth, baby.
round 2. We're gonna keep intimidating everything in the path. Get them away. Scare them off.
Keep intimidating.
Screaming at those trees.
Hey, I'm gonna keep screaming at the trees. Tell them go away. Stop following me.
Stop
Evil
following
trees.
trees.
10.
Okay.
That was a 4 on the die. Feels good.
Alright, and I believe I am up next.
You are?
I'm going to be utilizing insight so that if we ever come across any other groups similar to the Gorgs or Goblins, kind of gauging their
Intentions.
intent before we get too close, where the Goblins we were easily scared off and the Gorg we had no chance. So
Okay.
hopefully get us some advantage there for a non-natural 20.
Nice.
Dirty 20. All right.
Dirty
Sentinel.
I'm gonna have a little look-see and do some percepting. 14.
Okay. And finally, Prince Safarin.
Oh, look-see.
You know what? I'm gonna
I don't know with these over
go
10
back
rolls.
to this animal. I'm gonna go to this animal handling business and see if this time, if I have a better report. I'm gonna actually try speaking to these animals in Elven, a language I've learned from watching Sybil. And
They do not. They do
I
not
got
talk back.
a 3.
Ooh, it's better this time though.
Prince Safarin, you see like a squirrel in the tree, and you begin to talk this beautifully constructed Elven language to it, and the squirrel's just like, and it just hops off and like runs away.
I am just
And I'm just like-
confused as to
I'm
why
just
you're
I'm so confused onto why these animals both speak.
And telling you,
lucky
they
for
don't
you
talk
guys,
here.
You travel successfully and manage to make camp for the night.
Yay.
Actually, you don't even necessarily make camp. You manage to find a roadside inn that's not too far where you can get a good night's sleep on some beds if you would like.
I am always getting the most restful night's sleep and the most beautiful luxury.
You are, yep, you are. So
So,
it doesn't matter too much.
Whatever you guys want to do.
I'm down to save the coin. And
Yeah.
I can sleep on the ground. It doesn't bother me at all.
Saving the coin.
Did it for like 13 years, so. Sentinel, how do you
All
feel
right.
about sleeping on the ground?
I am perfectly okay with sleeping on the ground.
All right.
Sleeping ground.
Low maintenance party going on here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look at this.
When Sentinel gets to sleep, Arthur will try to use his plumage as a bedside pillow.
You guys are all just laying against Sentinel as you sleep because he's
Oh,
so soft.
that's adorable.
You won't
We're
ask.
all like
Wait till Sentinel falls asleep and then just do it. He won't like make
And
the
then-
deal.
He won't know. He doesn't need to know you're doing it.
a little.
All right, so you guys manage.
Oh.
Oh.
You guys do manage to get a fairly decent night's sleep. You travel another like hour past the roadside inn, and we are on the last day of travel before you will arrive at the edge of the Forgotten Forest. So, Arthur, go ahead.
I'm going to do this time. I'm going to try perception. I'm going to try to
Go ahead.
perceive any pitfalls on our journey forward. Ooh, that's going to be 6 + 4 is 10.
Okay, Darby.
I
Darby.
think this time I will do stealth. I'm used to skulking around and getting away, so I'll see if I can maybe find some stealthier paths and stay away from more gorgs and goblin annoyances. For a big old 6.
Okay, Darian, what would you do?
Big old 6. Feels good.
Oh lord.
You guys love your random encounters.
I'm gonna go
Not
for a
intentional.
survival here. Mostly counteracting any of the situations that a less stealthy Darby will bring up to our group here. Make sure
Okay,
you
I'm
know,
used to the
we're
city, okay?
taking a safe footing and whatnot. For a 11.
Okay,
Random
Sentinel.
encounter.
I'm gonna do a medicine check. I know Darian, he stubbed his toe, and I'm gonna help him out.
Heck at it.
I'm not very good at it. It's a 4.
Okay, and finally,
Wow.
Prince Safarin.
Random
So
encounter.
it doesn't matter what I do. At all.
Unlikely.
Not been
So
good.
If you rolled
I.
an at 20, you might be able to salvage
Yeah,
this
yeah.
mess.
Because we had what?
I
Eric, you had
am
a
going to-
10, a 4,
11.
Darian, what'd you have again?
11.
I think, actually.
6, 11. Okay,
Not
Prince
good.
Safarin, what do you do?
I'm going to do a survival check. I've been
Okay.
hanging out with Darian for a couple of days now, and I watched him do ranger stuff, and I feel like I could do that. So I start like picking up blades of grass and letting them fall, and like
you do a
touching
survival check if-
trees.
Can you do a survival check if I did a survival check?
Oh no, you
If he
did
did a
do
sur-
it, didn't you?
If he did one, you cannot.
Oh, I'll do nature check, which is different.
That-
which is,
that is.
Not checking for stuff, but just looking to
I was
see.
going to suggest you do a performance check, which you pretend to be like Darian.
Yes. I follow alongside him pretending. No, I'll do the nature check. We'll see what happens. Ooh, that is a delicious 2.
Another 2.
Encounter, here we go.
I am
Well,
good at certain things, and none
We
of
are-
them are the woods.
We are nearing the end of our session here, so I am going to forego an encounter that was supposed to happen here due to time constraints for the night. But
Yeah.
Same.
as you guys
Yeah.
plot armor, you guys finally
Yeah.
make it. Because you have to travel off the main road, you finally make it to where Aster has led you to the edge of the Forgotten Forest. And as you approach the tree line, she kind of points. She says, "Hey, right over there. That's where me and Jayla entered. There's not like any roads or anything. They've all been overgrown."
ambush.
And wait, what'd you say?
I said she leads us to a clear ambush.
Oh, I hope not. We didn't get ambushed when we were in there. We got lost for a little bit. We didn't get ambushed.
What do you call the pit?
A pit?
Well, I
You
mean,
said it was like a sprung trap, though, right?
Yeah,
which is
with 40
similar
she
hops
fell
to an
right in.
ambush.
That's
She even
called
checked
an
the
ambush.
traps too.
That is an
Oh.
ambush.
Well, let's just keep that between us then. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Sure.
Amazing. Do you have something, Prince Safari? And you're giving me the thumbs up.
I
Nope.
was looking at everyone as they were talking. Sounds good.
Wonderful. Well, if you guys are ready, let's brave the Forgotten Forest together. So the old wood of the Forgotten Forest sits in idle silence. But as you stare at the dense line of trees, an eerie feeling overcomes you. This place is ancient, perhaps as old as the goddess herself. The old routes to the holy city have long been swallowed by time. There are many stories, ancient magics that embed the wood. You think you hear a lumbering creak echo from the darkest parts of the forest. And with that, we will end our session for the night. And you will all level up to level 2.
Hey!
Hey!
Level 2!
I didn't expect that.
Not telling
I
that
didn't
sweet.
either. I was kind of hoping it.
Uh, uh.
Oh, man, I gotta
Ooh.
roll